Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. Today we are playing Rise of the Dark Side. We got most of the crew back together so we can finally press forward. Let's go around the cast and crew and figure out who we are and who we're playing before we get into the heavy deets. All right, let's go around. We have no rap intro from Grant today. Lindy, do you want to give it your best shot?
No.
Pretend you have big head tails. You have big head tentacles. They're twitchy.
No, I'm just a poor little blind kid. I don't sing. I'm a fortune teller, not a street performer. I guess I'm Lindy, and I will be playing as Liqueur. Totally just a regular blind human kid, not an Olimir Luca Force adept, who tends to have visions from time to time and thinks things are hilarious. So it likes to play jokes on people, but also doesn't like to see people hurt at the same time, and might be slightly clingy to, Robot Dead, but that's debatable. So
might be a fan of discussing pertinent information with every random senator they meet, every busboy at the hotel, every.
I like for people to feel informed.
Awesome. Shauna, it's been a while. How are you doing? Remind us who you're playing.
Yeah, doing good. I'm playing Pau Zavra, a Zabrak soldier, and who has found herself possibly the representation of Mandalore to the Republic. And she is scary.
No pressure. No pressure, right?
No pressure.
Speaking of someone who absolutely has no pressure whatsoever, Amber, how is Lyra? Can you remind us who she is, how you're doing?
Lyra is a Twi'lek Jedi Guardian. She is the sibling to Grant's character, Geo, but then she's also the other half of the murder duo with Pau. She is freaking out right now because she is the only one that seems to catch on to the fact that there is some pretty shady shit going on with Bolero, and everyone's like, oh, let's give him all our information, and she's like, no. So yeah, that's where Lyra is at.
The way I DM and the way most games on like Encounter Roleplay go, it's normally good to be paranoid of absolutely everybody.
Yeah, and you seem way too excited tonight, so.
This is a good night. This is a mid-season climax. It's a watershed moment, and it's really going to affect how your characters walk and breathe moving into the future.
Live.
So, yeah, that's a good word for it.
How many limbs do you have?
The most living person here is definitely Spore. Kayla, how you doing? Tell us about Spore, huh?
Spore is a special boy who will certainly maintain all of his limbs at the end of tonight. It'll be fine, wink wonk. Yeah, he's just a giant droid that's covered in mushrooms, and he's everyone's dad, and I'm doing great. You know, no matter what happens, it'll be fun. Just don't kill me, because please don't. I'm very squishy. Please don't hurt me.
I can't kill you because you're a robot, and robots aren't technically alive. So if you're not technically alive, you can't technically die, so I will try to be considerate of your wishes. All right, we have some espionage. We got a lot of shit to get into, so let's just push through our intro stuff, our plugs, and what's not. Before we begin today's show, I'll remind you guys that we are sponsored by Fantasy Grounds. We are in the customized Star Wars Fantasy Grounds, customized by me. Tonight, all the rolls we're making, all of this pretty blue rolly screen is from Fantasy Grounds, which you can try for free at fantasygrounds.com. Go give it a try. It's free, so why not? And finally, you can get all your miniatures from Wayland Games. Go to waylandgames.co.uk. You get D&D minis, Warhammer 40k, all that 20% off. And finally, most importantly, especially on a night like tonight, I'll remind you how you can interact with today's game. If you haven't followed yet, hit the follow button, because when you join us, our follower counter goes up, and when we hit 20 followers, you get a viewer decision, and chat gets to vote on whatever happens next in our game. Same goes for retweets. When we hit 20 retweets, we'll have another viewer decision, and of course, you can donate to the game by giving your favorite players, nat 20s, the other players, nat 1s, wild magic or perhaps wild force surges, and worse. I heard they finally got Shia LaBeouf in here earlier today.
Oh.
I think I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, he murdered Travis. It was fun.
Oh yeah, it was a good time. Like, Travis was there, Shia LaBeouf came up, he ate him or something.
Yeah, well, we killed him, and then there was a Shia
right?
surprise, and then he died.
Shia surprise.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
It really was.
All right. I don't think we have any incoming Shia LaBeouf, unless someone scrolls down, but I don't think we have any Shia LaBeouf coming in today.
Shia LaBeouf's a 300-pound donation, so...
We will just get into our flow. Last time, let's see. Oh, that's right. Ezla, played by Lindy, was talking to Senator Bolera, the head of the Anti-Jedi Coalition. She was telling him they think someone's after him. There's been an assassin who's been taking down not only Anti-Jedi Coalition members, but Jedi, and not any Jedi, but Jedi Council members and Jedi Masters. Like, it's a pretty big deal, and whoever's doing this killing is now coming after Bolera next. Bolera is, of course, he takes it about as well as you would expect. Our long-necked Quirmian alien senator, with a head, a good body length in between him and his shoulders. He said he's gonna go ahead and show up. He wasn't planning on showing up to Javin's meeting, but if the Jedi can protect him, and you are telling him all this, and we have donation already. Thank you for 850 bits, magician. Tell me in the comments what you want to have happen. With that 850. And Donka.
Be gentle.
I'm so afraid.
Yeah, you can be blasted and put back together.
Little bit of time. I have special eyes. A little bit of time has passed between last session and this session. 2 weeks, I think, if I'm not mistaken. What has happened in for our characters in this time? It has been a couple of hours. Senator Bolera has returned Javin's call to the public, making a little video, him facing the camera. All right, Javin Brishan, I will not let it be said that, though I despite any progress will actually be made, the Anti-Jedi Coalition will not be the ones shown up on the field of diplomacy by the Jedi. So, I would love to meet at the time and place you decided, and I'm optimistic. Maybe we can make some forward progress. That message has been broadcast across the planet of Coruscant. Everyone that's paying any attention to the news and goings-ons is aware of this. The rest of you have some talking, discussing, and planning to do. Before we get into that, I want to know where it's happening. Have you met up in Javin's old ship? Are you in the cafeteria at the Jedi Temple? Where are you at?
Somewhere as public as possible.
Yeah, why don't we go back to that bar that we crashed through in the first episode or whatever?
Oh, that's on a different planet. We could go.
Oh no. Let's go there.
Yeah.
No, I think we should go to a public bar or something.
Yeah, let's go to the bar.
But not
They have peanuts and stuff. Yeah, the total.
We have 1 crit success donated to POW and 1 crit success for Spore. So, you recall that and use it for good. Try to stay in the light. Or do whatever the hell you want. I'm not your mom. That's Spore, I think. So we are at a public eatery then, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. Sounds good.
Public eatery is going to be a interesting place for this to go down. It's kind of the space equivalent. You guys are the space equivalent of a sports bar. There's little screens and TVs. There's other children in here as well. It's a very public, open place. There's pod racing going on, the TVs. You can pop hoods. You can dress however you want. And you can just sit at a little table getting food and discussing whatever it is you want to discuss. Let's say a waitress comes over. Apologies. Really quick. This is a party of, well, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a party of 4. Yes? We have a 5th, and he says he's with you.
Don't think so.
He said he's your friend from the Jedi... Well, he said he's your friend from the Jedi Temple, or... Casimir. No, or... Kazim?
Oh, no.
Kazim? Well,
nope, not my
we're
friends.
in public. Maybe he wants to talk, guys.
I already put in his orders for the cheese balls, so...
Okay.
Send him over.
I want to talk to your manager when we're done here, because you're just assuming based on someone's words that we're friends with them, and you don't know. That's dangerous, lady.
You really don't. You really don't need to talk to me, manager. I mean,
I would like a comment card. I would like a comment card, please, that I can fill out upon exiting.
We don't accept comments from droids.
Send him over. We're gonna see him anyways at some point.
Yeah, I mean, better over some cheese balls, right? Than like in a dark alleyway.
Sport turns his face away. He's very upset now.
I'll let you talk it over, and I'll let him know that you're talking it over.
No,
She slowly slinks back away from the table.
Guys, we need to find out what's going on. Why does he want to talk to us?
Maybe
why is everyone so
freaked out.
racist?
Maybe. Well, I think it's droidist. But I think maybe he wants to have a change of heart.
Murder
Or
our faces?
he's gonna try to murder us. But at least we're in a super public place, so if he tries to murder us, then, you know, it'll be really obvious and everyone will see.
Can you... Ezla, can you see into the future about this?
I can try.
Ezla, it seems someone's going to be approaching soon.
cheese.
You will have time to make one of these checks.
I'm gonna see. Well, I guess just what happens if he sits down and we talk with him, like civilly, like politely, like, oh hey, conversation, blah 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 blah, and me levels up, so I'm even better at this now. Yeah, I'll roll you the well.
We are better. We have leveled up. We all now level 5. Pretty good. You rolled a 4, so you got a 21. You are pretty good at this, aren't you?
I decided who needs points in physical attributes. I'm all brains.
You see in your mind's eye and your forehead's eye, shifty eyes, visible signs of frustration. There's a young Ardian with 2 little crystal bumps growing out of his forehead. He's rubbing his face. He's gesticulating pretty aggressively. He's really trying to talk to all of you. And eventually, at the end of the night, he gets up and leaves, as do the rest of you, in 2 separate directions.
Okay. Does it look like he's leaving like, do we look frustrated? Or just walking out?
You don't see any visible signs.
Okay.
The emotional signs that you get, since this is all based on feelings, you're just about as confused as you were before he sat down.
I'm gonna be like, alright guys, we talk for a while, he has something he really wants to say, and then we all head in separate directions afterwards, but nothing bad happens with us just talking in the immediate future. Maybe we should hear him out.
All
We're
right, I have
civil
them
and
cheese.
listen.
Them
Right.
cheese balls is queued up and ready to go. Do you want anything else? No, that's all right. I mean, I can. It's happy hour. I can get you 1/2 off. Water.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
Takes Ezla's hand, puts it down.
No.
There's a young Ardian. He is not bothered to change into street clothes. He has black boots, black pants, black shirt with very tight electrical tape wrapping around his gloves, around his wrists. Nothing obscuring his head, though. He has a small mop of dark black hair sitting on top of his red skin.
He's the one I saw in the pretending to be the waiter, right? Or the
janitor.
Janitor, yeah.
Yeah, he was Brad the janitor. You've seen him before. The only difference now is he has the Ardian family ceremony scars running down his eyes.
Copycat.
But undeniably him.
Yeah.
He sits down in one of the high top chairs. Spins. If the rest of you are ready to order, I'm gonna need a minute. All right, I'll come back. She shuffles off. Kazim waits for a moment till she's out of earshot. Shows his hands. Reaches very slowly to his side. Produces the handle of a lightsaber. Sets it down in the middle of the table.
Hi!
What is this?
It's a lightsaber, I think.
I should just stop talking.
Sounded like what? I'm sorry.
That is a lightsaber, yes.
Whose lightsaber is this?
Mine.
Is this a peace
It is
offering? Yes.
He looks over at you. Kazim's pretty young. There's no way he could be more than 19.
Teenagers.
I wouldn't know about that.
Say what you're gonna say. Why'd you come here?
Obviously, you talked Bolera into showing up to that meeting at the Senate building.
Yes.
Senator Bolera needs to be killed.
Why?
He is not one of these dark Jedi you've been fighting or hunting. He's a Sith. He's on a completely different level.
What?
You hear like the horns in the background. He's a Sith.
Someone gets first place, the TV's blaring. Wah, 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 wah.
I know.
Do you have any proof?
Yeah.
Not as much as I would like. I think my intentions should be made self-evident. You have absolutely no reason to trust me. And that's why you can trust me.
Didn't
You
you
weren't
lie
gonna
and say you were a
tickle Grandpa.
janitor? Yeah.
Yes.
You're not very trustworthy.
Exactly. I know you don't trust me, and I have nothing to gain from showing up. If I was lying to you, then you wouldn't trust me anyway. And I show up unarmed anyway, even though I have nothing to promise my own safety.
Can I do a sense motive to see if he's
Yeah, I was just thinking.
like on the up and
Yeah.
up?
Those who
cool.
wish to roll may roll. Those who
would
want
like
to
to
use up their crits can use up their crits too.
I was saving that for a little bit.
No.
I will roll. I'll roll.
24
I wanna roll the
sense motive.
I want to check his midichlorian level. I'm gonna roll to do that.
Wasn't he the one that had like the super high one? 22.
Spore.
Oh, I roll bad. I have knowledge of midichlorians. And
There are things in people.
Spore,
Good
you do
enough.
not get a solid reading on him, because he's just full to the brim. He's bursting unlike any creature you have ever seen. Unlike any plant, unlike any bird, unlike any Sith, unlike any Grandmaster, Mistress, Javan, anybody. So much so you can't get a solid reading off of him.
Oh.
Esla, you got the highest with a 24. You're pretty in tune with emotions, and that's how you use the Force. He's sweating. His heart is pounding. He's trying really hard to remain calm. He's having an anxiety attack, a panic attack. He's kind of freaking out and trying to look calm. That being said, pensive and nothing to lead you to believe he's lying to you.
Okay.
He believes he's telling the truth.
Okay, I'm gonna, like, if I'm sitting next to Lyra, I'm gonna kind of lean up, because I'm really short. Like, he's being honest. I just feel it, but he's also really nervous.
I, like, casually look at Pow and wink. I'm like, it's legit. That's my legit wink. How did you come by this information?
I know that Bolera is a Sith student because I know his master.
Is it Sabel?
And his master. He is floored. He is pushed back into a seat and looks at you with huge eyes. How do you? Yes.
Well, he's the one telling you to do stuff. Aren't you his apprentice too?
I think we have a couple facts wrong.
The Sith may only have one apprentice at a time. When
Rule of 2.
Yes, the rule of 2. When Bolera is dead, he may take a new apprentice, or so he thinks. I don't like the Jedi. I don't agree with your ways. I think you repress your feelings instead of getting rid of them.
I know you're gonna think they say.
I mean, like, that's pretty legit, actually. So.
Savell offered a different viewpoint, but it's not right.
And what is your role in all this?
I'm doing what he says. He doesn't show up in person to talk to me, but he tells me where the Jedi Council members are, where they're going to be, how to kill them, and which one to kill. My current target is Senator Bolera. And once one of the Sith is dead, I plan on dropping off the grid entirely.
Look, if he's talking to you through your brain, how are you planning on dropping off the grid?
Tell me, Senator Bolera, he doesn't feel like a Dark Jedi, does he?
Not necessarily.
The Sith have the powers to hide their presence. And Savell has passed a few things on to me, which hopefully are enough to avoid his gaze for 60 years, and then I can die.
Well, I want to learn these tricks. I want to fall off the grid too. I want to get away from everything. Will you teach us how to do that too?
Yeah. You're not all what I was expecting.
No.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of the Jedi think we're A+ students or anything. We do our own thing a lot. Like, a lot.
Perhaps this is serendipitous, then, our meeting. That it be you and not one of your overzealous counterparts.
What makes you think you're not in danger right now with us?
I am. That's why you have to believe me. I've given you my only form of defense.
So why don't you just... Why does Bolera have... I mean, I know he's bad. 'Cause he's obviously like some Sith apprentice, but... Why does he have to die for you to fall off the grid?
I don't like the Jedi, that doesn't mean I hate them. The Sith's mission is to wipe out the Jedi entirely.
Oh, well that's bad. Technically, I've got that label on me right now.
You and everyone else at the temple, no one's safe as long as he's still in the city. I think this anti-Jedi coalition and this vote to give him political power over you is just the first step at dismantling your organization from the inside.
Well... Oop.
So what are the next steps that you propose going forward? Won't Savell know that you've been speaking with us?
Possibly. Which means Senator Bolera may also be tipped off to the fact there's a conspiracy on his life.
He already knows that that Savell wants him dead.
Yeah, why don't you tell him why he knows that?
Well...
Ezla, his elbows... Ezla, your vision comes true. His elbows hit the table kind of hard. He's rubbing his face. He's visibly frustrated by this. Alright,
Sorry.
Okay,
yeah.
well, then it's a
I didn't
trap.
know he was a dark Sith Jedi apprentice thing.
The Sith and the Dark Jedi are not the same thing. He is a
Okay,
Sith.
well, I didn't know he was bad. I don't like it when people get hurt. And I already saw you try to kill Granddad. I didn't want anyone else to get killed by you.
Can we use this to our advantage somehow?
Maybe just throw Savell and him against each other? Now that he knows someone's trying to kill him.
I don't know anything about this Savell
That's
guy,
Savell.
so I don't know what to tell you.
I'm surprised you know the name at all. He's a ghost.
Yeah, who's that?
Skeleton man.
Not a literal ghost, mind you. It's a figure of speech.
Yeah. Well, he makes whole bodies of, like, battle places disappear. Pretty ghosty.
He doesn't breathe. He doesn't eat. He doesn't sleep.
Are we sure he's a person?
I don't know. And I don't think there's anything we can do about him. I just want to do what I can about Bolera and get out of here.
Okay. Well,
Bolero knows that there was going to be an attempt on his life. Now, obviously, that plan has changed. What do we do now?
yeah. Well,
He doesn't know the plan's changed.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
He thinks as long as he's not in that hotel room, he's
Well-
not gonna die.
Yeah.
But where would
I could make a spectacle of myself.
How?
That sounds fun.
Obviously, the meeting's some kind of trap. We just need to flush him out of there and take him on our terms.
Our terms. What makes you think when push comes to shove, you're not gonna go right back to your master?
I suppose you have no reason to believe me.
Absolutely not.
I'm not expecting any favors done for me. This is just in the name of helping you take care of Bolera. Now, if he's Savel's student, he will be strong. He will be able to command the Force, use lightsabers. He's had experience fighting with Jedi before. I believe
Has
he
he
took
been
out
killing some of the people too, or has it just been you?
I believe the last time he tangled with Jedi was a number of years ago. He took out the Grand Master.
Oh, that incident. Well.
Obviously, 2 of the arms have to be prosthetics. I hear he lost them in combat.
2 of them aren't even real.
Spore stands up abruptly and he's like, "Children, we need to talk about this, not in front of the weird man, and decide what we're going to do." So we should go into another room or something and talk, not in front of him, because he kind of weirds me out.
Well, I mean, we could go powder our noses. I've heard that's a thing to do.
Let's do that. Come on.
All right, Gio, you stay here.
If I have any reason to believe the authorities are being alerted, I will have to leave.
No, you stay here.
No.
You stay here. We'll be right back.
I
We're
don't
not
think
alerting the authorities.
could do anything to you anyway. I mean, why would we
Yeah.
bother to call them?
You're crazy. It's fine.
We're all crazy.
Come on,
It's fine.
girls.
We're just gonna powder our noses. I actually really have to pee, so this is convenient.
Okay, cool. We're going to the ladies'
Go.
room.
All right, don't worry, man. Your cheese
Yes.
balls, they're on me.
Thank you. They have speakers in the women's room that are playing canned cantina music.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
General thoughts on the creepy dude.
I think he's being
Don't
honest.
trust him. Don't trust
well,
him.
just
I mean,
Maybe
just because
honest.
he's being honest doesn't mean he's a good person. But are we good people? I can't tell.
I
I
feel
don't
like
care.
we're in a morally gray area in our lives.
Eh.
I
heard
don't
that on
care.
the
I do not want a knife in my back.
Yeah, that's the thing.
How? What do you think we should
All right,
do?
I'm gonna go use this toilet, and I kind of go to the stall. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna think. I'm gonna think real hard.
If he works
Tell
for
me
the
what-
Sith, kill him.
I want to see what happens if we go with Kazim's plan.
What if we go with Kazim's plan? Roll me a farseeing
Yeah.
check, please.
Okay, roll higher than a 4. You know what? I have crits right. Wait. There's gonna be a showdown. Yeah,
That's
hold on.
important. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's hard.
Oh, I do have one advantage. I will use that. Oh no.
Okay, roll it with advantage and see what you get.
Okay.
A nat 20.
Nice.
Whoa, I'm not gonna roll again.
Yay!
Said I
A
wasn't gonna nat
37.
20.
You have never quite had such a clear vision before. Kazim is bound. He has shackles around his arms, his legs. He's being shuffled forward in one of the Senate meeting rooms. You're all standing behind him, and you're presenting him to Senator Bolera. Bolera gets big eyes, but he grins and welcomes you all in. Ezla, you take out a lightsaber, holding it at your side. Bolera doesn't seem to notice. It goes flying to Kazim's hand. Kazim cuts his bindings, flips forward into attack against Bolera, and in a sudden jerk reaction movement, Bolera produces a lightsaber and defends himself.
Is it a red lightsaber?
Yeah, what color?
Red.
Can I
Just hear
Yeah.
gasping coming from the bathroom stall. We're like, oh, is that a good one?
I gotta pee!
I did a pee.
I'm like, it's red.
Oh, God. Well, there comes a time in every woman's life.
Oh no!
And that's
Sports and
when
medical
Star Wars
droid.
comes.
Sports and-
I am 12.
Lyra like kind of bangs on the door, and she's like, "Did you see something?"
Is that,
In your
is that
mind?
the end? And he's defending himself with the red lightsaber.
Yeah.
Okay. What color was Kazim's lightsaber?
It was one of the ones you provided him, like blue or
Oh, okay, cool.
maybe
All
it
right,
was
then.
yours.
I'm gonna come out and be like, alright, so I saw what would happen if we went with Kazim's plan. He's gonna be all handcuffed, we're gonna lead him in, and I'm gonna kinda like about a lightsaber and he's gonna use the force, he's gonna break his handcuffs like yes, I was actually really. And then it's gonna come out Blair, and Blair is gonna pull out a red lightsaber and start defending himself, therefore revealing his Sithness.
Do we have to go through all this to kill a guy? Can't we just go kill him? Like,
Well,
is he protected? We got into his hotel room pretty easily.
He's not there anymore.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we could get to him easily.
Dispatching him in public is quite the statement.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that Bolera probably knows a lot more about the situation than he lets on. So having some kind of like distraction
Yes.
would probably
Might be good,
to our
and
advantage.
especially since he agreed to meet Javan, that means Javan will probably be there for backup and can help kill him.
Hopefully.
We need to find him, by the way.
We do need to find
Also,
him.
he trusts us now. We told him about his alleged future. Why isn't there a
Yeah.
more subtle way to do this to kill him?
He looked really happy that we were bringing in Kazim. I feel like he wouldn't suspect the ruse until it was like surprise in your face.
Yeah, I actually think that this could work in our favor. He thinks we're stupid children that have just kind of
told him everything.
fallen into his. Yeah, we did that on purpose this whole time.
Yeah,
we
it
knew
was
what we were
clever.
doing.
But
uh,
I just
showing
don't know
up
that
and
we should.
presenting him.
Can we do that in a public, like this vision of yours was?
In a
Displaying
in a
him-
Senate chamber.
I just don't know about that. I don't like that.
What better way to reveal a Sith than
And then it would disprove
Big
the whole
spotlight.
anti-Jedi coalition as Sith.
Don't they have like dash cams? We can bring one. Be like,
Yeah,
look, he
we
was
use
a Sith
this.
the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean
Camera.
we have Spore.
Droids.
Yeah,
You
I
have
assume
recording
I-
devices, don't you?
I probably could do that. I don't know, but I just don't. I don't like this. I don't like the publicness of it. I don't know, children. I just listen to you. It's fine. Whatever you want to do, kids.
sometimes public is good cover to get out. Like if someone happened to have robbed a casino in broad daylight, well, no one would be expecting that.
And we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that later.
Yeah.
I mean, the Senate chamber has cover. It has multiple distractions. Good spot.
And we can make sure there's more Jedi in the area so Savell doesn't or not Savell, so Senator Bolera doesn't escape.
Or we could just poison him or something. I am
We
covered
could
in
do
mushrooms.
both.
Yeah, some of them are probably poisonous. Question mark. So
I mean, I could find out.
Yeah, we could find out. But I don't know. I stated my side. Now it's up to you. Scary ones. You two frightening ones, figure it out.
Is that latent loyalty to your master?
What master? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't.
Oh my gosh. We need to be intimidating again.
Wait, I'm in a ladies' room? What? And he just like gets up and like shuts the door and walks out. Sorry.
Alright, well,
Smooth.
Lord is gonna say, I told you what I thought, so I'm gonna go eat some cheese balls, I guess.
All right.
How?
And make sure
Mhm.
Spore doesn't get
Yes.
into trouble.
Do you think that we should follow along with this plan?
Ezla's visions have not been wrong in the past. She's had multiple correct visions. And
True.
I think we do, if it is a Sith, we need as many advantages as possible. And having him alive to give it this distraction would be a huge advantage.
But didn't he say something about wanting Valera dead and then maybe the audio on not Lyra's audio cut out, but something about him taking the position?
Savell offered Bolera's position to Kazim if Kazim can kill Bolera. Kazim says he doesn't want to go along with that. He wants to kill Bolera and then peace out and go off the grid.
Okay, that's
Because he doesn't agree with the Jedi, nor does he agree with the Sith.
No?
Okay.
If he doubles back, we kill him. Simple.
So, kill one, the other one's bad, kill him too. I like it. So, should we go get some more cheese puffs and talk about killing?
Yes.
You return from the women's restroom. Kazim is sitting at his high-top bar table. He has his hands politely folded in his lap, and he'll occasionally, pensively, grab a cheese curd and just...
Can I be sitting next to him? Because those two came out a minute afterwards. I'd be like, so, how you doing?
Yeah. Spore and Ezla,
Cheese
you can
curd's
come
good?
out first.
Yeah, I sit down too,
Ugh.
across from him and glare at him.
I sit next to him and kind of like eat some cheese puffs.
Disgusting, actually. Negotiations breakdown?
I once tried a bucket of grease. These are better.
Right.
Is
So...
she...
Oh,
Is this kid being serious? Asking Spore.
Yeah, absolutely.
about Ezla.
Absolutely.
Spore's just glaring, like his little robot eyes have like squinted, like.
I did. It was on Artie at the restaurant, the droid restaurant there. I ate a bucket of grease, and then the droid in the corner tried to kill me.
The
Threw me through
broken
a
bot, that
wall.
was you?
Yeah, it threw me through the wall. Hurt
The broken
a lot,
bot's good.
but It is good.
Maybe after this is all over, I'll swing back by. See the hole in the wall for myself.
Mm.
Yeah,
Say hi
I would
to
have probably
Mom and
fixed
Dad.
it by now, but I think
Yeah.
I made like a me-sized impression, like through the brick as I was flung through it. So probably see like the outline.
We used to draw graffiti on that thing.
We should.
Well, isn't the bot destroyed now?
Yes.
The rest of you can return.
I had to think
I just
about it for a
see like
second. I was
Ezla like
conscious of it
gesticulating very wildly, and I'm like, oh, that must be the broken pot story.
Mhm. That's right, we know his parents.
Me too.
Shauna, I
their
love that
names?
smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. I know that.
Oh, also,
Spore's like-
your parents miss you, and you should probably write more often.
There's that. There's
You've
that.
met my... Right.
Yeah, we met them both. They're very nice people.
They're very
They were
nice.
very
They were very worried
nice.
about you. They asked if we knew you, and now we can say we do, and not be lying.
They want to hear... Why would they want to hear from me?
Because
They really
miss
miss you.
I don't know either. I understand
And-
it.
And they love you, and they were very worried about you. But we told them, so we didn't know where you were, but we didn't want them to be really sad. So we told them that you were okay, and that if the next time we saw you, that we would tell you to write.
Yes.
Maybe I should.
Maybe you should.
It'd make
Maybe
them really
you should
happy.
Stay on your best behavior.
Yeah.
Because we know where they are. And I'm not a
Yeah,
Jedi.
Yeah.
Are you?
Or like jumping on the like intimidation train.
Like a cheese curd falls
Are
out of
you-
Ezra's mouth at Pow.
Are you trying to insinuate something?
That's up to you.
No. What? That was scary.
Just
He gives a very curt nod.
I would never hurt your parents. I lost mine when I was 4. And I knew who they were or where they were. I would never hurt them.
So
When I say
pick
lost
up-
them, they're not dead. There was something that happened at the spaceport, and it's a long story.
So I pick up the lightsaber that's on the table and kind of just point it at, like, just kind of press it against his chest and just say, I'm glad we're on the same side. Take it.
Yeah, we like your plan. It's
Oh
a good
man.
plan. I think it's gonna work.
He very cautiously grabs the lightsaber hilt. Okay. I was thinking. Bolera still isn't dumb. If he's murdered by the Jedi, then his vote's gonna go through unanimously.
Mm-hmm.
We have to make sure he's seen doing something bad before we
Bad.
kill him.
Yeah, like
The Jedi have
pulling
to
out a red
remain-
lightsaber
yeah.
We have to.
and screaming die.
If we could show that that would take away the credence from his whole movement, and the
Perhaps if
Jedi could
there's a-
remain
Perhaps if there was a
guardians
witness
of
of
these.
some sort. Someone who knew information.
You have something in mind?
I think there's someone standing in front of me that could be that.
The droid? No, I
course
get what you're
not.
saying. Why? Oh, who?
Someone who's worked very closely with him. Someone that has been doing jobs. You.
He would never expect it.
Okay. Why should we stop at one witness? Why not every witness?
Broadcast it onto the holonet?
If we could move him over to the actual Senate chamber, it's right next door. It's just across the hallway from the meeting room. If that was broadcasted... All right, what was your name? And he looks at Pal.
How?
Okay, Pal, we'll do it your way. He doesn't expect... He's expecting me. He's not expecting you all.
What if we pretended we were bringing you in like a prisoner? Like, hey, we found the guy who's supposed to... Then we whip out a lightsaber and whoosh-ah, then you attack him.
That's genius. We'll still need to get him over to the Senate room.
Well, I mean, he's agreed to meet Javin. So...
Oh, he's certainly gonna be there just across the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you make a good point. If anyone should be in danger, it should be me. I know how to look after myself. It's gonna look worse than it actually is. The lot of you need to play your parts convincingly. Make it seem like you're trying to subdue me without actually killing me.
Yeah. That'd be bad.
We can make it
Oh.
convincing.
I'll fight like I have my back up against the wall. We'll get him in there. And then you can do what you need to do.
I look at the rest of them. I nod. Does that sound good?
I know. Like, I'm looking at Spore, and I'm kind of like, oh.
Oh my gosh, I just realized we were really rude and we didn't introduce ourselves. I'm Esla.
Hi, Esla. And he shakes your hand. He's a little sweaty.
Oof.
Yeah.
Spore like hates him. Like, everything else aside, he also feels like his adopted daughter is like getting a crush on him, and he's just like, not this boy. No. So he just like super hates him. He's like, older broody boy, get out. This is the worst. Also, I just don't. Spore just doesn't trust him at all. He doesn't trust the situation. It's too cut and dry.
I know. Like, Lyra's like, no, this is just.
I mean, we could have the super direct route of, you know, right now.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Just do it. None of this fiddle farting around.
Fiddle farting.
Just, yeah.
If we do it right now, we have to make it look like someone who's not a Jedi'd have to do it, and we'd have to know where he is.
I don't know where he is, but if you can find him, I'll do my part whenever you want me to.
Ooh.
I only know that he plans to be at that meeting.
Same.
Whatever. You kids do what you want, and I'll heal you after you're all dying. It's fine.
All right. I just say to him, we just have to make it convincing, right?
Yes.
Real good at convincing people of things. You should conceal him in the stomach.
I'm shooting him in stun.
Now?
I'm stunning him right now.
Oh,
yeah.
it's stun.
Yeah.
Do it.
I never heard that. I was like, what the?
Let's
we
go the
need
murder
him.
route.
This is a surprise attack, and he is not expecting it whatsoever. You saying like right now? You're doing it?
Yeah.
Or you just
Under the
talking?
table.
Yes.
Oh, you can roll me an attack check with advantage, please.
All right. Poof would do. All right. Let me just double check with my new 7.
Spore is normally terrified of Pow, but he's just like into this right now. Like, yes, be scary. Get him.
Okay. 17.
Which 17?
Both 17.
Not as much of it.
Have them to
17 is enough to hit an unarmored, unsuspecting opponent, so.
just on stun.
I like that we made sure to be in a very public place while we're doing this. Be like, never mind this, it's fine. He's had too much to drink.
With a 14 on a Constitution save, he stiffens up, gets big eyes, kind of shakes for a second, then his forehead hits the table. Oof.
Oh, finally.
Drink, I think.
Yeah. How it just looks like
Lyra's like patting him on the back, like, oh, buddy, too much alcohol.
I rub his back and kind of like peel his face out of the cheese curds and like, okay, I can't. I don't know if I have it all or if I got some of it. But okay, yeah. Did I get it? I can't see.
There's one
he looks
more right
just as gross as. Yeah, he looks as gross as he did when I first met him. It's fine.
We need to talk to Javan.
Yes.
We do need to talk to Javan.
We should know
take him
what we
to
found.
Javan.
We don't know where Javan is.
You don't. You can't sense things. You can't. Can you do some magic and find him?
No, I don't do magic. I do fortune tellings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, I meant with the Force. Can you do that? Use the midichlorians, please.
Not just some kind of like Google Maps to people that I could just find them wherever they are all the time.
Challenger approaching.
Oh no.
Gotta roll for the cat.
Oh no.
He's just very intently watching me play.
Did a lot of you get Kazim? I was gonna ask if a lot of you get Kazim like loaded up on the ship then.
Yeah, I want to take him to the ship and I want to tie him up on the ship.
I feel like this is why are we tying him up? He was very nice.
No, none of that. Don't you look at him. Don't look at him. No.
What? I don't have eyeballs. I can't look at him.
I tie him up and put him facing in the corner.
And he's in a band. Oh no.
And you're gonna see just two just no eyeballs, just flesh over empty eye sockets.
Oh,
I don't have eyeballs.
You know, young lady, you know you can see. You could see him, and I'm not having it. So I just put him and face him in the corner.
If that's the case, then I can see 360 all the time, and it doesn't matter which way I'm facing.
You need to go to your room, because that's about enough of this.
Right now.
She can still see him. Nowhere is safe for.
And we're okay.
You know,
so all of this aside,
in walls.
You know what? Now you're just being creepy. And I'm flustered because I don't know what to do at all, and I'm freaking out. Well, but I don't trust any of these people.
Why are we tying him up?
Because I don't trust him.
I'm gonna
He's too excited. He's too into this.
I'm so sorry. He's not excited. Okay. He's nervous. He's literally having an anxiety attack. Aren't you a medical droid? Can't you tell these things?
Yeah, probably because he's got some ulterior motive, but this action leads to his motive succeeding, and I don't trust him, and I don't trust anybody.
He's not a droid. He doesn't have a bad motivator.
He said, make it convincing. That's pretty convincing.
At the time, I don't think this was okay. I mean, I guess.
Wait, his lightsaber. Do you still have it?
Oh yeah, I probably have it.
Well, what color is it? Do that. That's how we figure these things out, right? Turn it
Lyra takes the lightsaber and goes, shoo. What color is it?
Didn't you give it back to him?
We took it back. He's unconscious. We took it back.
No, you can take it back. Just I'm making sure everything's clear.
Yeah.
Oh.
Digging through him unconscious, he is wielding two. One that he placed on the table to show you he was undefended, and another one hidden on the other side. The one hidden on the other side that he was...
See?
Well, it's just because I never said we could trust him. I just said he was being honest.
He's a bad boy.
The one he kept is old. It is scratched up, and it is blue. The one he displayed on the table is newer, built with a blood crimson red blade.
I think this is his apprentice lightsaber, which he kept for nostalgia. And this is his fancy Savell lightsaber. Would you know anything about this sport?
He also had the Jedi master that was training him, remember?
Yes, and
what if that's his...
This is bad. He's bad. He's a bad boy, and we don't need to be following his... Yeah, we don't know, and we don't need to be following his plans, okay? Now, I'm using my adult brain here. Listen to me.
I'm an adult. Look at my scars.
Io?
But my brain is set up at 12. But I'm an adult 12-year-old.
Do you guys remember when we were on Ardia, we heard that 2 Jedi had came to the area, and one was Io Alvarez, I believe? What if that's his lightsaber? What happened to him?
Can anyone check?
Let's Google it.
Yeah, Google it. Use your magic to Google it.
I can't read. I can't use the computer.
I will give you a couple of updates.
People talk about it.
Gio is able to pull up some information. I believe he also asked the Grand Mistress for information about Kazim, and she sent an email or something with what info you need. Esla, really quick, since they were talking about possibly seeing the future, you have done a far-seeing check on Javin before Olara knew all this, so go ahead and roll me one really quick to see what changes after. The information on Kazim, him and his master were stationed Nat 1. Your vision is completely unchanged.
I can't use that advantage because I rolled it with the nat 20, so.
Bolar is on his back, terrified, shifting away from him. You cannot see the surroundings. You don't know if it's in the hotel room or in some other room. And Javan strikes him down.
Oh, Javan strikes him down this time. Interesting.
Your information on Kazim. He was stationed doing Peace Corps work with his master on the planet of Ardia. His master was called away on important notice. He got to spend time with his parents instead of back at the temple. His presence was requested immediately because his master died while off on his mission. It seems as though Kazim was kind of upset. He was told there would be no funeral, absolutely no mourning allowed, and he should not dwell on his master's death. They will assign him a new one. He applied to be tutored under Javan. Javan declined him without actually meeting him, and Kazim went off the grid.
You shouldn't put those two together.
Maybe we should.
He's just a sad boy. He's a sad boy. Ugh.
Well, sad people are people too.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, just you need to stop. You need to stop with this.
Stop with what?
You know what I mean.
I really don't.
I'm
12.
Either way. Okay, it sounds like he and Java need to get into a room and have a little conversation and get over whatever that issue is. Setting that aside, I still don't think we should trust him.
Of course not.
I agree.
So...
attempts have been made to contact Javan before. Electronically, they do not go through, and telepathically, they are shut down before a connection can be created. I'm gonna roll a d20.
I put points into telepathy. Can I try to telepathically contact him?
You can all take a 20 because you have like 10 minutes to try to spend contacting him. I'm gonna roll a d20 really quick. On a 20, he will actually answer on anything else. He's still shutting the channels of communication. He's choosing to be uncontactable right now.
He's being rude.
You rude dude.
Why can't you just use your telepathy and just shout, "We have this guy, Kazim," or whatever? Wouldn't that get his attention? That's nothing. He won't.
I'd try. You gotta get in the brain burst to yell at him.
This is the worst.
Like, see, Lyra?
This is the worst.
We should just leave this planet. I'm done. Spore just like walks into the other room. He's mad.
I can still see you.
Ah!
As a robot, Spore doesn't have emotions, and sometimes that makes him really angry.
Yeah. Very sassy. Yeah, use the Jedi magic. We gotta. I don't know what to do.
Try to use the
Spore or
Jedi
myself.
voodoo. I'm gonna go check on
Goblin
Kazim.
magic.
Kazim
Is
will
there anything
eventually.
else on Kazim?
Yeah.
Might help.
He has general tools. He has things that can help him climb buildings. He has a little grappling hook rope thing. He has some kind of padding he can put on his shoes to get rid of footprints and to soften the steps. And he has a little device for cutting small circles into glass. Something you could like reach your arm through. But that's all he has on him.
No conveniently placed letter saying, "I'm evil, don't trust me." Okay.
Spore
He left that
pokes his
as
head
other
out. Yeah, Spore pokes his
Fair.
head out and he's like, he has a thing to cut holes in glass. That's pretty evil. What else are
Maybe
you gonna use
he's
that
a
for?
locksmith by day.
Don't even. Evil.
Is there anything else you do before Kazim wakes back up? Because he will regain consciousness.
I
Punch him in the
don't draw
head.
on his forehead.
Yeah, no.
Punch him
We have
in
to
the
make it
head.
like rough on a little bit.
Yeah.
Gotta look convincing.
Yeah.
Okay, do you punch him or do I?
Do you want to punch him?
Punch.
If you want to punch him, go ahead, punch him a few times.
I think
wanna
Spore
Who all
wants to
punches? Who all punches?
Let's
knockout
let
Kazim?
Spore.
Yeah,
I do.
The middle fist.
And I want to use one of my
You're
nat
terrible.
20s to punch him.
I just need to
Kills
open
him.
up
Whoops.
my dark side point notes really quick. Spore, nat 20, unconscious.
Oh, none of the sneak attacks I got make me evil. Dang it.
I don't punch him. I'm a good person.
Kazim's all puffy and he looks like shit.
Yes.
Good.
He's bleeding out of his face.
I put a frozen hot pocket on his face to help with the swelling.
Oh no,
No.
He's
So,
probably gonna
are
wake
we
up with a
go-
frozen hot pocket on his face.
So we're going through the original plan then.
I think that's a good plan.
He will eventually awake, kind of groan and try to move, just flop over onto his face. Alright, I'm tied up. Why do I taste blood?
Convincing.
And then
You
Lyra
guys make it
squats
look
down
convincing.
and she looks at him and she goes, "You wanted it to look convincing, right?"
Your face accidentally.
And Spore's
hit
like all
somebody's-
smug in the background.
But I put a frozen hot pocket on it, so it shouldn't be too bad.
I would
Yeah,
never
she totally has a
think
crush on him.
I would never think to do that, so thank you. Very convincing. You are thorough. Pal, thank you for knocking me unconscious first. You were very considerate. I will not forget your kindness as you've shown me.
Oh, I don't
I just
like
dead stare. I'm just kind of like nothing.
Mm.
He'll like worm over and then like he'll be able to like sit up a little bit.
I help set up.
The meeting's in the morning. Are there any preparations between now and then?
We could rough you up some more and make it more convincing.
Yeah, these bruises might start to yellow in that time,
Yeah.
so we should probably keep them fresh.
You want to look like you had a real struggle.
Fresh
Both of you, like-
blood.
I feel pretty convincing.
I don't know. It's already starting
If I
to look
had
pretty
eyeballs,
good.
I would say it looks convincing, but I don't.
See, the only person who thinks it's convincing can't see you, so might need to do that some more. Just saying.
I
do
kind
you
of
think,
think that
Lyra?
maybe if we texted Javan a selfie of us with Kazim, he might respond. But
That kind of
What?
communication would not
Ignoring
be
our text
safe.
right now.
that's why we haven't done it. But I think that's what that would do it.
Okay. Well, what other choice do we have, pal? I mean, this kind of seems like our plan.
She just nods.
I mean, we can't reach Javan, so we can't get his input.
I can try again in the morning, but
Geo's being incredibly unhelpful right now.
Geo is going to be mech guy. He is suiting Spore up with a camera, and he is going to play pilot the entire time you are doing your adventures. So if you ever need a quick getaway or aerial support, he'll be your go-to.
We'll probably need that pretty soon. All right. Well, how are we looking as a group? Are we all fully at our best? Meaning metagaming, we are all at full HP.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, as
I'm
good
fine.
as
I
I'm
just
gonna
watched-
be.
I shot somebody and watched him get beat up, so she's fine.
Okay.
Mandalore's
Then I
not
think
being
we should-
invaded. Like, you gotta shoot somebody. Like, it's not a bad day.
No.
yeah,
How
probably
doesn't
gonna
have
be a
many good
diplomat
days, but
after
it's not a
this.
bad one.
Mm-mm.
Oh, has the Jedi, the mistress, she said anything about Pal being a diplomat, Mandalore stuff?
Only that she is looking into it, and she'll do what she can. It is the Jedi's job to diffuse conflict, so that'll be her number one thing she's doing.
Adults.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
I mean, older adults.
Mm-hmm. Not us.
Yeah. Great. I guess I'll just try contacting Javin again in the morning.
It sounds like nighttime comes and goes. The morning is here before you know it. And Kazim sleeps either on the couch or on the floor.
Floor.
Still tied up?
Floor. Yeah, still tied up for sure. Spore
I'll put a
standing
couch
guard.
pillow under his head.
When Ezla goes to bed,
gosh.
Spore takes that away.
You have
should we
no reason
let
to trust
Kazim have
me.
his blue lightsaber or his red lightsaber when he fights Bolera? Probably his red one.
You may want blue if it's being filmed or broadcast.
I was just thinking.
That's
that.
true.
I say red, and we damn both of them. That's my
Yes.
opinion.
Well,
I can
see,
still hear you. I'm right here.
Ooh, I know you
whoops,
can.
sorry.
I think the blue is fine.
Why
I
do
just
you
wanted
have
to-
a red lightsaber? If you're not
Yeah, where's the
the
blue one
worst.
from? If you're not the worst.
As I said, Savell is teaching me some things. He wants me to take Valera's place.
You
I-
don't want that, right?
No, of course not.
Almost sense
Hmm.
motive
Look,
again.
Like I said,
Yeah, like
go
sense
ahead.
motive.
Just to be sure.
I don't agree with the Jedi, but the Sith are even worse.
And don't you think that Savell wouldn't pick up on that?
He may be, but
Why
he's
would
not
he
like Valera.
offer?
That's not a problem anyone can deal with. Not me, not you, not your order. I'm just trying to do what I can.
Oh, I have a question for you since you know a lot about Sith and Dark Jedi stuff.
I'll try my best. I'm not completely inundated.
Okay, do you know about the Tumor Man?
Tumor Man?
Like a big guy, and I'll describe him. Who I've seen. Have you heard about him? Have you seen him? He's bad.
I've never heard of such a being.
Okay, well, if you meet him or you find him, go the opposite direction. He's not nice. He might be worse than Savell. I don't know.
That's just goes to show how little you know about Savell.
Well, they're both really bad. I don't even know where Tumor Man is, and he made me bleed from my forehead. Really far away.
Savell's different. He doesn't need to be close or far away. He is close, and he is far away. At the same time, he's everywhere.
He's the Force?
Not incarnate, but not far off.
Snap.
Hmm.
Okay, well, I just figured I'd ask if you've seen the Tumor Man, because he's big and scary too, and you seem to know a lot about big, scary things. Thank you!
Alright.
Alright, well, I guess we're gonna... Meeting time? You want me to hold on to the spare lightsaber?
If no one else wants to, you can.
I want to
put
take
it
the red
in-
one.
Put it in
I
the
wanna take-
droid's chest.
Yes. Or hand. I want to take it.
I don't think Huey should be caught with the red lightsaber on us. That could implicate us, and that could be really bad. Might be better just to leave it here on Javin's ship.
Boris says fine, but he secretly puts it in his chest when he has his back turned and he's pretending to put it on the shelf.
I can see you.
Yeah.
It's a really tall
It's
shelf.
like a bat. It's like a bat.
I don't know what you're talking about. You must be seeing some weird alternate future. Did you have something to drink, Ezla?
No, I've been sober for like a week.
I don't know. I don't know about that. And he like shuffles everyone out the door.
Any last things that need to be said before going into the Senate building?
Oh, I'm gonna try to contact Javin one more time. Telepathically.
You have no luck.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Tried.
Lyra.
Well,
Oh, what is Gio?
Gio's going to cloak the ship, and he is
Ooh,
going to be
yeah, that's right.
floating with weapons primed, just circling around the building, and let him know if you need anything.
All right.
Lyra like touches Pau's arm and she says, "Just know that we're in this together because we're family." I just
I will
needed to get
try.
that serious moment out.
Yeah.
Like, let's go murder people.
Defend the rest of you with my life. We are family. And then, yeah, let's go.
Being a day that the Senate doesn't normally convene, it's not nearly as busy in here as it was other days. There's not that big bustling crowd that you need to rave your way through. You can enter the building and navigate around. Kazim is still bound, his hands behind his back, his ankles barely able to shuffle. Well, the lot of you move him through the hallways. You eventually find two colorfully clad individuals standing in front of the meeting room, both members of the Anti-Jedi Coalition. You actually decided to show up.
Yeah. We're very diplomatic.
Who's...
Senator Bolero's real nice.
What do you have there?
Oh, another
We
Jedi person.
A gift for the senator.
Yeah, I think the senator would be real happy to see him.
I haven't heard anything about a gift, have you? No, we better go Taylor and run away.
Don't you typically bring gifts to diplomatic scenarios as a gesture of peace? Come on, let's go.
Were we supposed to bring a gift? I haven't heard anything about it.
You guys should
Come
probably
on,
go
come on.
get gifts. That's incredibly
There's
rude.
a gift shop like right
We don't
around the
have
corner.
Yeah. I won't
Let's go
tell
ask-
him if you guys.
Maybe Boleric brought one. He's smart, he knows what he's doing. They open up the door and shuffle into the room. It's like a miniature version of the big spherical Senate room. There's not big chairs sprouting out of the ceiling, but there's a ring of 10 or so little floating Senate seats in a big circle. This room is 50... Nah, it's a little too much. 30 yards wide. It does not dip nearly as low in the center either, and you can see Bolera standing there in his same brightly colored anti-Jedi garb. The other two shuffle in. Hey, Bolera, the kids are here, and they brought a gift. He kind of perks up. A gift.
There is something I wanted to do in the shuffle, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, go for it.
As we were coming into the room, I'd like to use one of my nat 20s on sleight of hand to swap the blue and the red lightsaber.
Okay, that's going to be some kind of, I think, was it Ezla that had the blue lightsaber currently, or who's holding?
Yeah.
Mhm, it was me.
You can roll me some kind of,
I just wanna
Z-Force check, I guess.
Ezla
And a
can.
C-Force.
Mm-hmm.
I see everything, Dad.
I am
Can I use a
taking
crit
the
on that?
distraction. if you both use a crit, then
Yeah.
Esla, you'll be made aware of.
If
You'll
she
be made
uses a crit,
aware of
can
the
I-
spell.
Can I use a crit to dad arm her so she doesn't do anything?
Spore, you
if
make.
that's the case, I wanna swap my lightsaber
Hold
with
on
the
one
blue
sec.
lightsaber. So when Spore slides a hand against the rusty
my
sword.
Well, hold on, one second. Let me tell you what's happening.
Okay.
Spore, you're able to make the swap, and you step back a bit. Esla, maybe off-mindedly, maybe nervously, you're diddling the lightsaber, feeling it. In your vision, Bolera wasn't really paying much attention to lightsabers.
Mhm.
You can feel the smooth, polished surface of the outside. If you look in a sleeve or in your belt, wherever you're carrying it, you see the black hilt. That is the red lightsaber, of course.
Okay.
The blue one nowhere to be found.
Spore just kind of looks at you.
I look and I squint my eye at him.
He gives you a dad look that's like, young lady, please
Can't see
just
your
listen to
facial
me.
nuances.
Just this once. Please.
Like Lyra started to pick up on some of this, and she's
I think we're
Like
both
staring at Dad. I'm gonna like pull out my rusty sword hilt.
what's
Swap.
going on? You two.
Hmm?
What's with the faces?
Are you coming in to talk with the senator?
Momentarily.
Yes!
Lyra's
Sorry,
like distracting the guards, like talking to them.
My shoe came untied.
Spore leans over to Pow and kind of explains what he did because he feels like that Pow's gonna agree with him, and he's just kind of like, you need to get the sword one from her so that way he gets the red one. We want him to have the red one, right?
Yes. I kind of go to Ezra and just say, he's dead already. He's not gonna escape here.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we need to be mean.
We need to make this look as convincing as possible. This is a dangerous man.
What's the media gonna think if a bunch of Jedi bring in a Sith to fight another Sith?
That they are treacherous and that they will betray each other like Sith.
You do that.
Pretending to be pretending for him to be good. On the light side is not gonna matter. This Dark Jedi, this Sith is gonna find him and it's gonna kill him. He thinks he can escape, he's dead already. We need to finish this job with the most advantages we have. And making it look like two Sith turn against each other is what we need. I don't trust him one bit, despite what he said. I don't care what happens to him afterwards.
Bolera begins a march up the walkway towards the lot of you.
And I quickly turn to like figure it out, and
I will go, I don't like it, and I'll swap them back. Just let it be known now, I don't like it.
Feelings are
And then
known
we'll
about
walk
this.
in.
Senator Bolera, nice to see you again. And then I'm like, I
Children,
look at them, kind of like,
And I'll come up from like bending over, like, oh, my shoe is, I think I tied it, is that a knot?
it looks good. Okay,
Thanks.
we
Children, I'm glad that the majority of you could make it. I was expecting. Hopefully, Javin, he's still on his way, is he not?
Yeah.
And more importantly, who is this?
we've uncovered the person responsible for all of the evil doings. And we brought him here as proof.
Yep.
This
It's some deep
This is-
investigating.
this is the assassin.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He stands tall, big grin spreading across his face. This is the Sith you were telling me about.
It is. And
The
as
one
this is
working
happening,
for
like,
Savell.
I just want to make it known that as this is happening, Lyra's just kind of like she's fanning out just a little bit so that we're not all
Yeah, like
directly
so
in
that
the
way
line.
it's
we're
like
just kinda,
ta-da, like
Mhm.
prize.
but not super like where he would feel threatened. Like, why are you standing all around me, kind of thing.
Where exactly is Jarvan then?
Oh, he's supposed to be on his way.
He's on his way. No, he's
Gio
always
wasn't
late.
feeling very well, so we went to check on him. And he is always late.
Oh, okay, yeah. On his nat one there, he gets the insight.
Perfect.
Oh, God, yes, of course.
I have heard that Jarvan's whereabouts have been a matter of debate in the last week.
He likes his privacy.
Does.
But you have it on good information that he still plans on arriving.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Javin is always very
He
open
wouldn't
and
have set
honest
up
with
the
us.
meeting
We're
if
his
he
favorite
wasn't planning on
students.
arriving.
Well, you have foiled one assassination attempt on my life, and I have to say I really do appreciate it. And this is quite a gift, and I must thank you for that as well. Gio, I know, is not here, nor is Jarvan.
Yeah, Gio
But-
wasn't feeling well.
Must be contagious. But we do have all the necessary components to move forward, do we not?
Yes, I think we do.
Why don't we just have him talk right now? We have an audience.
Yeah, we should
I just-
broadcast.
I prod
I
him.
broadcast. No, that will not be
Oh.
necessary. In a
I don't know how
moment.
Senate stuff works. Okay.
No, this needs to be done very particularly. The
Well-
doors to the room in which you entered close shut. Some kind of
Say, I'll test
safety
your
alarm.
authority on the matter.
Some kind of safety alarm. A klaxon starts sirening off as extra blast doors seal in, making even lightsaber destruction of that wall would be quite a feat.
Okay.
There is a green gas that starts pouring into vents in the ceiling and on the floor. Oh, Senator, do you know what's going on in here? Is this some kind of Jedi trick? Well, no. We have the assassin, and we have the one that can see the future and find out where people are. I think this will do quite fine, actually. Kazim will attempt to stand up. Esla, do you throw him one of the lightsabers? And if so,
I do.
which one?
I throw him. I'm gonna throw him a red. Oh. This is hard for Esla. This is really hard for Esla. She's also holding her breath right now because she smells something funny. She is going to throw him. Well, he had two, didn't he? He had a red one and a blue one on him originally. Where's the blue
I
one?
swapped. I have the blue one now because
You
I
have
swapped.
no
Oh, yeah,
idea
yeah.
where that
That's
one
right.
is.
That's right.
That
Okay.
one
Yeah, but
just
you don't know
proved.
that. Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't want to do it. She'll throw him the red one.
Oh no!
Okay.
Because if things get really harried, which it looks like they're about to be, she doesn't want to be the one with the red one.
Yes.
The lightsaber slips just barely out of your sleeve. Kazim uses the force to pull it to himself. Ignite the blade. Cut his bindings around his feet, his hands, and we will all roll initiative, I think.
Oh. I mean,
Cool.
doesn't it make us look bad that we threw him the red saber?
You know.
Yeah, it
He-
does.
he
Oh
is
my gosh,
forcing
now
it
I
out
got
of-
20. Of course, now's the time I have. Wow.
There's gas. There's all sorts of things happening.
Thank God I'm holding my breath.
Where's my initiative?
Wow.
Doing great.
All right. It is going to go. Pow, what's Pow's dexterity modifier?
Pow's dexterity modifier is 2.
2. Okay. It is going to go Esla. Then it is going to go Senator Bolera. Then Pow, Kazim, Lyra, and Spore.
Okay.
Esla, you are going to go first. The lightsaber is forced away from you. You're not tossing it to him. He's trying to play his part as well.
Yeah.
He goes flying over to his hands. You have first action. Let's start your turn off with a Constitution saving throw for me. A Fortitude
Holding my
save.
breath. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, where's my fortitude? Oh, there it is. Okay, that's better than reflex. Okay. Fantasy grounds, cooperate. Oh, it didn't help me much.
You breathe in to, hold your breath. But you can already feel it seeping in. Your heart starts pounding. Your veins in your arms hurt. Your head starts to hurt.
Ow.
Go ahead and make your turn, though. Do what you're gonna do.
Okay. Senator Bolera hasn't pulled out any weapons yet, has he?
No, not yet.
No. Okay. I'm gonna play my part then and look like super surprised, but I'm also gonna I'm gonna pull my blindfold down over my nose and mouth, so hopefully it filters out some of the gas.
Okay, you can do that, and then you can hold an action for.
Yeah, I'm
some
gonna
other
hold my
time.
action to ignite my lightsaber and drop into Sarisu form.
Clever.
If
I like
if
Just tell
Senator
me.
Bolera pulls out his lightsaber.
Yeah, and you can remind me too if I forget.
Okay. Yeah, I also kind of want to whisper to Kazim. Sorry, there's not the colors on me. So I think I was standing closest to him. So.
May or may not have been lost in translation and action.
Yeah. I tried. Ezla wants to try. She feels bad.
Senator Bolera goes next, and then Pow, and then Kazim. Senator Bolera is currently holding action as he is trying to see what's happening. Pow, it is your turn. I think you were muted.
Muted.
I am holding action. I am going to shoot.
Look at surprised.
I'm going to shoot Bolero if Kazim attacks him. I'm going to shoot Kazim if he even wavers a little bit on attacking him. And that'll be waiting Kazim.
Okay. What all's going to happen is going to happen very quickly now. So, go ahead and roll your range attack check since you're going to make one either way.
Okay.
I will tell you what happens. That is certainly a hit.
So, if I take 2 shots, do I just roll both of them now? I can take 2 with my multi-shot.
Go for
So
it. You
that's
can. Yeah, go for it.
That is a 22, so it's a -2 per thing. So okay, so +7, so it's a 18 and 22.
22 and 18 are not bad rolls. I get to roll a deflection attempt, because that is good enough to hit. All right. Kazim goes into the air, flipping forwards. Over Ezla, the red lightsaber bearing down on Bolera. Bolera's bottom right arm and bottom left arm don't move. The two arms on top, before he even realizes what's going on, kick into action, move down in front of him, and ignite lightsaber blades, making a big X and protecting himself with red lightsabers from Kazim's blow.
Then I guess I pull out mine because I held my action for if he brought out his lightsaber. I ignite my rusty sword hilt, and I drop into Sarisu.
Pow, go ahead and roll your damage for your shot. Just roll 1.
Roll 1? Okay.
It's 13 damage. I'm going to just assign a little number. Spore's 1, Lyra's 2, Pow's 3, Ezla's 4.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
The first shot hits Senator Bolera. 13 damage, pretty square on. He's a strange target. He has a lot of organs inside him. He has a very thin frame to try to hit. You hit a spot pretty close to his neck and pretty close to in between the two sets of arms. The second shot goes directly in the same spot. The lightsabers, as Bolera has big eyes and trying to figure out what's happening, deflect the shot. The shot is reflected and hits Spore for 13 damage.
Ooh. Oh, you're the one with the...
What? I have like no health, by the way, because I'm the worst. Oh boy.
Ranged combat with lightsabers is very tricky.
Very
I'm just like, ah! No!
The two, that was the hell to action, to have the arms pop out like that for Bolera. I should roll for Kazim to see how well he's doing. He's pretty beat up. He's not moving as fast as he could. For someone with such a high metachlorian count, his leaderboard times are pretty spot on. He's not actually all that talented. Bolera is able to keep his defense up. His arms almost moving on their own volition. I think there was something I wanted to say, but I can't remember. So I guess we'll just go on to the next turn. Lyra, you're up next.
So Lyra would adopt her aggressive stance, and she takes her lightsaber out. You see the purple blade appear, and she's going to try to lunge at him and just swipe at an opening. Did she use a crit?
Bolera?
Yeah, Bolera.
Yeah, you can roll. You can use a crit. Go ahead and roll 3d8 for me. Oh, 6d8 for me. Hey, we got a donation. 1 crit failed to Rude Space Dad. 2 crit successes for Strider and Kazim. Okay.
You
So
said
Kazim gets 2 crit successes, yay!
oh, that was a terrible roll.
Are people surprised that I'm rude? Because I've been rude the whole game. Just saying.
Oh no, you're in character. You're in character.
Thank you.
Tremendous. 17 damage. You will score a blow a little bit more vital than that of Pow's by a few points of damage. You get in. I like a little zone system. In your training, you learn that head is zone 1, arm is 2, torso 3, other arm is 4, 5, 6. I like using a d6 just to see where the damage is dealt to. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're able to get in.
1?
No, you got a 4, hitting his arm. You're able to get in around his defense of the 2 top arms. You go in sideways. It starts burning into the flesh of his lower left arm. But he's fast. Part of his defense is just moving around, trying to dodge things. He's backing up, trying to make distance between you guys. Spore, what do you do?
Treat wound on
Close to
myself.
me, Dad.
Yeah, I'll use my movement to get behind Ezla, and then I would like to treat wound myself. So I'm gonna.
You stand behind me. You get a bonus to your defense.
What?
Within 5 feet of me, because I'm super defensive style lightsaber fighter.
Boop.
It's 2 defense
26.
per level
This is
of the form, right?
for Surisu, yeah.
Yeah, so you get +6 defense standing within 5 feet of me.
All right, 26. I will roll to see how much you recover in health, but that's going to be the only treating wound for this particular encounter.
A pardon?
You're going to get back. You're going to get back 4 health from treating your wound. There's wires sticking about. There's burned metal. That particular wound is treated as best you can. But unless you get replacement parts, more chest plates, a welder.
Strider, I put so many points into treat wound, and you are ruining my life right now, or treat injury.
I'm benevolent, and I have some crits I'm going to use, so I'll go ahead and let you... I guess you can heal yourself multiple times. That's small dice. I can deal more damage than you can heal, so...
I'm sure.
Oh, that's not... No, that's not great.
All right, top of the round. The Anti-Jedi Coalition members are looking strangely at Bolera producing lightsabers of his own, but more frantically clutching at their throats and falling to the floor of the room. Bolera's backing up.
Oh no, Senator Bolera's a Sith! I say loud enough so that the camera that's in Score's chest can hear.
His sleeves fall down. His wrists holding the lightsabers start rotating until the skin tightens up and starts ripping around the wrists. The faux skin eventually completely separates hand from wrist. There's a mechanical whirring as the lightsabers start spinning around at extreme speeds. So much so, Bolera in front of you just becomes 2 discs of bright white light. The lightsabers are cutting up chairs around you, desks, parts of the floor go flying up in the air, burning. You can hear him igniting 2 more underneath his defensive shell. Ezla, you go first. It's your turn. What do you want to do?
Cry in a corner. He's backing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't attack in Surisu, right? I can only defend.
Correct. If you have more than 1 attack, you can make 1 and then go into Surisu, but while you're in that defensive
Can I do a
form, you can't
non-lightsaber attack and stay in Surisu?
If you're using like the Force or something.
Yes,
Yeah,
I would
like
love to use Force Strike.
Okay, Force Strike will be like your move action for the round, and then your attack action's just being mini Javan, waving your little purple lightsaber back and forth, keeping up your momentum.
I'm still standing
trying to
5 feet in
protect
front of
people.
Spore, just spinning my lightsaber, but I will Force Strike, which I think does 3d4 damage if it hit, so... Okay.
24 will be a hit. Good job. Roll your damage.
Okay. Not bad. 8 points of
damage. He's blown back. His defenses physically are very impressive. And the mechanical rotors in his wrists don't slow down. But any kind of force barrier he's been unable to set up yet. So
okay,
hits him
cool.
just
And then I'll just stay in my defensive stance. That was all.
Bolera is going to use a couple things are going to happen. Let me roll some dice really quick. Got to see how people are doing. Oh no, that's not good at all. A nat 1, followed by a 3. Why do you guys
Those are both
suck?
great.
Kazim makes a misstep.
Oh
The
no.
shell stops for just a second. A red lightsaber flicks out. Blood is drawn across Kazim's throat and goes splattering on the walls behind you guys. He just stands there, taking the shock of it. Bolera is going to use his crit to hit. I'm going to use the same number system. Roll a d4, see who he's targeting. Spore.
You have a +6 to defense if it hits you.
Spore, you're going to take 35
no.
damage.
How much?
35.
Oh no.
35?
Are you dead?
Uh-huh.
This system, I'll remind our viewers, we're running a little bit differently. There's vitality points, which are kind of like hit points, and there's wounds. This doesn't mean Spore's dead forever, but something's going to change. He's going to have been wounded somehow. It's going to make a physical difference between now and the future.
I have 20 health left, and you did 35 damage, so I'm down to 0 vitality, and does that mean I have 15 wound? Is that how that works?
We're not going to mathematically
Okay, that's
do the
what I
wounds.
was wondering. I'm just
As
down
of
to
now.
0.
Let me roll. You know what? I'm nice. Kayla, you can roll to see where Spore gets hit. Roll a d6 for me.
Thank you. How kind.
Not in the,
Get on
not in the
Not in the
fungus
head.
body. Not in the fungus body.
2?
2. A blade comes crashing down towards your head, even behind Esla and her Sarisu. This guy has extremely long arms and extremely long reach, and can reach over.
Not my cute head.
It comes crashing towards your head. You move to the side. It goes into your robotic shoulder, and your right arm is completely severed, falling to the floor. As your systems need a minute. Yeah, as your systems need a minute
First
to
limb
reboot after
lost.
that, you are going to go limp. He has used 2 attacks. He gets 4. 6 is not going to hit anybody.
It's 4?
I take him out.
16. Esla, what's your AC right now?
Oh,
You're in Sarisu.
21!
His lightsabers come crashing down all around you. It's not like training. When real lightsabers connect,
Yeah, I missed
The impact
fake,
rocks
the
your
fake
whole body.
training.
yeah, the impact rocks your entire body, stiffens up your arms, and it's just training and instinct that keeps you moving and keeps your guard up. It is Kazim's turn.
He has 2
Kazim-
crits too.
I have a pool of 2 crits to use amongst them.
No,
I'm
it was
being
specifically
nice.
to Kazim. That's
No,
what it
it
said on the
was
viewer
Strider.
donation.
Strider
It was a
slash
Strider,
Kazim.
Well, it's because you are Kazim.
Strider's using 1 for Bolera and 1 for Kazim. Kazim said he could take this, and he said it's going to look way worse than it actually is. The blood pouring forth from his neck wound looks pretty bad. I
As
think
it
we lost
usually
Spore. His red lightsaber deignites. He staggers back a couple steps. Limp hands raise up. And bright light, not that white lightning that you've seen produced by Dark Jedi before, but a maroon, a purpley red, comes rocketing forth from his fingertips. Slowly, like lightning, it latches out, grabs onto Bolera, who seems to have passed him and trying to attack Spore and Esla. And you know those big glass balls? And you can touch it, and the little thingy in the middle makes a big like lightning. It's like that. It makes contact with him, and the lightning flickers and wavers back and forth. The point of contact remains there. Slowly starts moving, piercing through the clothes and ripping off strips of flesh from Bolera. As strips of flesh are sundered from Bolera's extremely long neck, The blood stops pouring out of Kazim. The wound in his neck seals itself back up. I need the lot of you to roll me either a will save or a reflex saving throw, or you don't need to.
Okay. That's...
Nice says that.
I'm on a roll tonight. That's a natural 20.
Kazim is trying to put space between him and Bolera. He sticks his hands out again after the lightning stops. He goes rocketing backwards and crashes into the wall 30 yards down across the room. The shockwave of him pushing himself knocks Bolera forward, sends the unconscious Spore rolling back up the ramp. Pow, you are thrown back a good 8. Lyra, you're thrown back a couple of feet. Ezla, you stand your ground. Bolera's stumbling towards you. You all get a message over the little intercom from Geo. Hey, yo, I think Javin's here. That's Gon's ship.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Right now!
There's
Okay,
blood everywhere.
Okay, shit. Okay, he's...
Spore cam.
I'm trying to watch the Spore cam.
The actual only thing you see from the Spore cam is the ceiling.
I was about to say, it's probably just the ceiling.
Well, I thought he get captured enough.
He's stopping.
You just hear
He's
screaming.
He's stopping. He's just floating there. His weapons are turning on. He's pointing at the building.
Do it. It's fine. There's blast doors. It's okay.
That's true. There are blast doors.
The room is filling with gas. Shoot it.
Pow,
If he
I think
asks
you're
for
right.
your help, shoot this building too.
Was it Pow or Lyra?
I think Pow is next.
Okay.
Pow.
How far is he away from me?
You were pushed back a few feet because he did that, but he's stumbling forward a few feet. So he's within range for whatever you would like to try to do to him.
You know what? She just tosses the blaster down, takes out her Mandalorian barber blade, and just goes at him.
Cool.
All right.
Let's see it.
Let's see. That's 6. Wait, did that show up?
I did not see a dice roll on mine yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it didn't get anything. No, God. Nope.
The big spinning discs of white light provide him such a defense. As you stick your blade forward to maybe trip one of them up, the metal, steel, Durasteel, engines, motors, they prove stronger than your physical muscle. The spinning discs don't stop, and your sword just knocks back away from him.
Okay.
That was an attack. Do you want to... Do you move anywhere? Do you stay close, far away? What are you doing?
Stay close.
Okay. Lyra, that is your turn.
Yeah.
So, are they across the room from me then? You said I was pushed back a little bit.
A couple of feet, but he's also stumbling
So
forward a few feet as well. So
Okay.
you're still pretty close to this guy.
Okay. So then she would just continue on, and you see, like, her face is almost just overcome with just anger. She's seeing her friends get hurt, and Spore is down. Even though she thinks Spore is an ass, sometimes she's still mad about it. So she just lunges and tries to slash at him as hard as she can with her lightsaber. And
Okay, roll your attack check.
I'll heal.
Nat 20! Pow's blade is not able to trip up the defenses, but it can distract them. And you can just
Nice.
step right in, like one of Javan's training programs. Avoid the blade, attack the wielder. For 25 damage.
Nice.
Yeah, in the
Hell yeah.
face. I hope.
Oh yeah.
Roll me a d6 really quick.
Okay.
One of the legs is going to be all but unusable at this point.
Does he have to hop?
Your blade digs in a quarter of the way, half of the way, 3/4 of the way. The bone's been completely spliced in two. By the time you need to move backwards, Sir Melt's get attacked by his big spinny discs.
Run away from
You
the
were able to
snakes.
land quite an impressive blow on him. Spore, roll me a Constitution, Fortitude saving throw if you want.
Hang on, put my paper down.
Your strong suit.
We can put you
I
back
don't-
together,
yeah.
hopefully.
Spore has always
wow,
done very
guess-
well at these.
Yeah, I have a hearty +0 to my fortitude saving throw.
Oh no.
So-
R2.
Wow, great. Doing good.
Your vision becomes just a little loading bar of how long it's going to take you to reboot. It's not consistent. Sometimes it makes a little progress, sometimes it jumps, makes a lot of progress. You're about 20% right now.
Can I make the awful AOL login screeching noise, please?
Oh,
As a bonus
oh, no.
action?
Dial up.
Yes, it's perfect.
I always thought AOL is more of a move action, but I will allow it.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I will need, let's see, How, Ezla, Lyra. Please make me reflex saving throws.
Cool.
Oh, reflex saving throws.
The floor starts to tremor. The building starts to quake.
Oh yeah.
Oh, because we're getting help.
Hot garbage.
That's like the best insult for dice I've heard in a while. Hot garbage.
Pow, you will take 7 damage. Lyra and Ezla, you take 3.
Okay.
Geo yells, He's firing! He's opening fire on the Senate building! On the Senate building, I mean. Little flakes of plaster and steel come falling down from the ceiling. A hole 15 yards wide is blown into the side of the building with some kind of rocket. There's fire, there's smoke.
Hey, that means the gas is gonna get out of here.
Always looking on the positive.
Got my
Valera
little
backs
board
up.
full of gas.
Just trying to stay on his feet. He waddles backwards, looking around. His spinning arms, again, almost on their own volition, rotate and whir, facing upwards, creating a huge disc around him. Javan opens fire with Gon's blasters. Blaster bolts, much bigger than that of guns. Huge beams of solid energy are being redirected into the floor, the ceiling, all directions. Bolera himself, trying to gather his wits, is holding his 2 red lightsabers. And you have a clear shot between him and you guys now, with no discs, no shell in the way. Ezla, you go first.
Okay, so I can't like change form, attack, and then drop back into Sarisu, can I? I can't go Sarisu, Neiman,
Only if you have-
Sarisu.
Only if you have 2 attack actions. You only have the 1
Yeah.
attack action, not yet, no.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna keep my Sarisu up then, but I will do another force strike.
Okay, go ahead and roll it for me.
I'm gonna set him off even more. almost knocking my teacup over. I'm gonna turn that handle in. There we go. Oh.
15. I don't know if this is how this works. I'm gonna roll kind of like a will save. He sucks. Yeah, I'll say that's a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
You blast into him and you knock him a good 10 feet backwards with this relentless onslaught of force. Is there any emotion being put behind it, or just cold analytical logic?
I think
Spock
just
would be a good
protective.
Jedi.
Yeah, he would. I think she's just feeling very protective of her friends right now. Like, keep him away and keep her defensive blade close to her friends. Spore's down, so she'd probably be standing close to Lyra.
Okay.
So she's just like, get away from my friends. Stop it. Bad.
Let us see how these Wingus NPCs are faring. No better. No better at all. Hey, well, that one's not bad.
Don't like it.
How bad did they do? How bad?
Kazim is lowering his arms. He was in the brunt of the explosion from Javan. Fire licked around him, singed his clothes, but for the most part he looks okay. He looks at you all fighting. He looks up at Javan's ship, and he looks down and sees the red lightsaber in his hand that you gave him. He de-ignites the lightsaber, tosses it on the floor, shuffles backwards, and rolls backwards out the hill into free fall, Coruscant.
Bye.
A torpedo is launched by Javan. Bolera forces his two robotic arms away, sticks one of his arms out, stops the torpedo mid-air. It spins around and flies backwards right towards Gon's ship. Bolera is baring his teeth, glaring with suddenly yellow-orange eyes. Goes sprinting as fast as his hurt leg can. He makes 3 or 4 steps. Uses the nat 20 he rolled to do the same thing Kazim did. There's a shockwave. He launches himself forward, out the hole in the wall, and into free fall to chase Kazim. There's an explosion as the torpedo makes contact with Javan's ship. Let me roll a d20. Never mind. Javan just like waves his hand and it goes over, rockets into a building behind him. Geo comes on your radio headsets again. Free falling down very fast, very fast. Which one am I going after? What do I do?
Senator Bolera!
Okay. Spore, you finished booting up. You were fully aware of everything that happened before your arm was chopped off, and now you're waking up on the floor.
I scream. I'm just like, ah!
And you scream.
Sounds very indistinguishable from the AOL dial-up noise.
Yeah. It's just like, ah! Am I able to stand, I guess? If I'm able to stand, I will stand up and just try to heal myself a little bit if I can.
All right, go ahead and roll your tree injury. As for the rest of you, what do you do? God damn, Spore! You are stabilized, you're not losing any more fluids, fungus, you plug up your tubes really quick. You're able to pick up your arm and maybe plug up that couple tubes in there too. That might be a good idea. You have your arm folded up nice and tightly, packed away. We will start you back off at half whatever your maximum health is.
Okay.
I want cupcakes. That sounds yummy.
I know, right? Sounds amazing. Oh, also, I want to try, and if possible, squeeze in a viewer decision where everyone decides that I get the arm of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson instead of my robot arm. So, if you can retweet that tweet, please. Please, let me live my dream.
C-3PO comes waddling out. Oh, you probably didn't recognize me. It's the arm of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. You're like the droid version of Trogdor.
Oh gosh.
Whoa, that was a nostalgia trip. I was not.
Yeah.
I did not buckle up yet. I was not ready for that.
As we'll run over to the edge, how far is the drop down?
Clouds. There's traffic, bustling back and forth, but this is a high-rise building, kind of. It's up at the top near the cloud line, so they could have minutes of free falling before hitting anything.
I don't think I can survive that.
Don't we have a ship?
We do. What's Javin doing? Is he just floating there? I'm gonna be like pointing downward, like go.
Javin backs up a little bit. The nose of the ship scrapes past the window and goes straight down.
We should do that.
Can I jump on the ship as it's going down?
It's just
do you have a jump check? Is that acrobatics or jump or something?
I do have a jump.
Tell me what you're going to try to use and then roll it.
I do indeed have jump. But you know what? I think I'm just gonna crit it. I'm just gonna like grab on. I'm just gonna get in the ship. I'm going.
Yeah, best not to fling yourself off the building.
Because Gio's already following, as far as we know. So I'm gonna jump on Jeff and follow it, going.
Isla runs forward. Feet leave the ground. You've seen jumps, people, boing. She jumps, the upward momentum stops, as you would expect. There's quite a bit of horizontal movement until she makes contact with the ship. This is while Javin's pulling back. You're near the windshield. I don't know what it's called in a spaceship. Javin's milky white eyes cocks his eyebrow.
and like my creepy socket like eyeballless face is there, and I've got like my blindfold around my mouth still. It's like
okay, fan art. I want that one. Okay, chat, audience, YouTube, whoever, draw that one.
just skin over empty sockets, and then a blindfold mouth.
I think that's a cheer. If there's a message on that is tiny, and I cannot read that on my screen.
Replacement crit success for Ezla for guts. Thank you.
You completely deserve that. Thank you, Marathi. I hope I said that.
Yeah.
I like rewarding heroics, but I can't pick favorites as a DM, so thank you. Pow! What do you do? The ship is backing up, and Nezla just runs out and jumps onto it. I think you're muted.
I'm jumping as well. Do it.
Okay. What do you want to make? Like a jump check?
You know what? I'll do the same thing. I'm gonna crit it because it's like, yeah, that's gonna be a long way down. It's gonna.
Ezla's just a step or two in front of Pow. As they both go rocketing out of the window. Lyra, what do you do?
Following suit. I'm gonna use my crit as well.
Ooh, I love this.
Yeah,
Spore.
let's just all get on the danger train.
Spore, the children are boarding the danger train. They're jumping out the window.
I don't like safety.
I don't like danger. But what other choice do I have? So I guess I'll follow
None.
the children.
You want to make a jump check?
Not particularly. I'll just use one of my 20s because I don't want to die again. I don't want to almost die.
The lot of you go
remember, you
rocketing
go-
out the window.
You have one arm.
Yeah.
Ezla comes landing right in front of the cockpit, and Javin's just, okay. The rest of you just pop, pop, pop. Ezla's like, Javin looks almost like a proud father. A huge, semi-malevolent grin spreads across his face. He backs up and plummets downwards. You hear the sounds of other ships' traffic whirring by you. He goes up, down, bobs, left, right. In a stunt of recklessness, even more than that of Geo's, you're caught up to the other ship in a matter of moments. Two little figures are free-falling. I need to roll some d20s really quick.
Can I?
5.
How far away are they?
Why do they suck? Why did the Sith suck so much?
Oh.
Ezla, what was it you were
Hooray.
thinking of doing?
Are they? If they're 10 meters away or less, I want to force strike Bolero, like to hit him side like a building or a passing car on the way down. Just like,
You bash Bolera. He is thrown off of his trajectory and trying to chase after Kazim. He does just that. He goes plummeting through the window of some sort of building. Javin and Geo stop their descent, and Kazim keeps plummeting.
can we bust through that window?
Can you also just force move him into the same one?
I think Kazim will be fine. We get to
Yeah,
that window?
Let him
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Javin is rolling an attack check. He closes his eyes for a minute, opens them up with a bright glowing blue color, scans the building really quickly, seems content to let off the weapons. He's not going to wildly fire on civilians.
Mm-hmm.
He presses his little flight control sticky doos forward until the cockpit. You hear shattering glass and rending metal. This is some sort of office building. There's desks, papers, and electronics being thrown everywhere. A nice seal is made around the hole in the window, and the rest of you can hop out onto the floor.
Yeah.
Bolera's
Not very fast.
10-15 feet away. He had a few moments, but his legs all like hecked up thanks to Lyra. So
Yeah, you're welcome. I just want to say I like that we're going to have an office fight scene in Star Wars. We're like throwing printers at each other.
Multiple offices.
Yeah.
seems like tropey enough. Like it's not a pulp game by any means, but like yeah, I'll allow it. If we're going to resume with initiative, Ezla's actually the one that acts first.
Okay. Is his lightsaber still ignited?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That it's
Mhm.
not like I'm just attacking an unarmed senator. Perfect. I'm standing there, bad guy Sith. I'm gonna I'm gonna drop back into my Sarisu and force push him again. Like into a wall of printers or something.
Okay, roll your d20 to see.
Copier.
Yeah.
Bolera is very bad with the Force. Probably why he's trying to be replaced. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Oh, that one was good.
Not as good,
I
but he
like-
looks like he's having a pretty rough time at this point.
Yeah, and I get up, closer and drop defensive so that Lyra and Pal can have some defense. So re-spin it up.
Pew pew pew. That makes it Bolera.
That's it. Oh, shnickies.
Oh no.
He does get a slight modifier to this. He's not quite that new lightsabering, but a 6 does not help him.
Last 6s. Oh no.
Why? I wanted a bloody climax to the story arc. You son of a bitch!
You just got the robot. You got the robot's blood.
Yeah.
You did. You got some grease.
He rolls a
Fungus.
2, and he rolls a 5, and he rolls a 6.
Well, my
He's really
DC
thrown off balance.
it's got to hit 21 to hit me.
Oh, your defense is protecting everybody. Now, he is trained. This isn't for just him wildly moving his arms about. This is actually a result of your training and a testament to your skills. The blows do come raining down on you, but they don't get past your little purple blur of a lightsaber.
My little
Pal, that
rusty
makes
sword
it
hilt. My
worse.
trusty Rusty. That's what I'm going to call him after this.
Alright.
Rusty.
Alright, so Pao jumps out of the ship and it looks like she's unarmed, but she's gonna run after him, ignite her purple lightsaber and kind of try to swipe at him.
This is the first time I recall seeing Pao using this particular weapon. Let's see how well you do.
God.
No.
Since
No.
Javan can no longer open fire on Bolera, since all these people are here, his mechanical arms are not distracted. They're able to swing around, wheel in front of him. He pops the shell back up. Blows are being exchanged left and right. Your defense is absolute, but so is his. Lyra, it's your turn.
You see Lyra run and jump following Pao, and as she's in midair, like her lightsaber ignites, and she tries to strike a blow. And as chat has requested, heck up the bad man.
Yep, heck up.
Come up.
A
Don't
14
think
is
I'm
not
hacking
enough
enough.
to heck him, unfortunately.
It's too much jumping.
He is not a hex pupper quite yet. Perhaps he can be. Do you do anything else with movement, or are you staying up on him?
I think I would
Surrounding him,
try
like-
to try to surround him opposite of Pao.
Okay.
It's like
Ezra,
Pal
you
wants
are
to Lyra-
reaching. You are reaching as far as you can with these movements, back and forth. But it's still working. The form. That's what the form is made for. Spore, what do you do?
He does not know how to use a lightsaber.
He's been training a bit. Maybe not as
He's
much
the
as the other
worst.
kids.
I know. I'm just like, I feel like he would just shoot with his blaster pistol, but that seems so anticlimactic.
And a bit dangerous because
Yeah.
you got
You
deflected
got
last
hit
time.
by a deflected blaster fire.
So he's gonna pull out the blue lightsaber that he took from Zim and attempt to use it. So let's see if I can do this correctly. I do have a good melee. Or a decent melee. At least I have a melee modifier.
All right, I'm going to invoke the nat 1 that was donated to you. You
Oh.
go in, you're using your training, you're reaching,
Mhm.
you reach in, this spinning disc is even worse as far as recoil is concerned than your training program you've used. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I actually did not write down lightsaber damage, so what is it?
Let's do 3d8 for now.
Okay.
You cut yourself.
Not herself. Lyra, you'll be 1. You'll be 2. Ezla 3, and a 4 will be a reroll. I am getting a lot of 1s today. Lyra, as you are moving around trying to surround Bolera, you do get nicked by the blade of a lightsaber. Not from where you've been defending yourself, but from beside you. Spore's lightsaber rockets to the side, nicks your side, and you will take 10 damage.
I look over at Spore. I'm like, so not getting the strong hand.
Did I drop it? Is that what happened?
No, you can still have it. You just
okay. I wanna just like be like and just throw it because I'm scared of her. As my bonus action, just like
Yeah. Some office worker is now the lucky owner of a blue lightsaber.
Just lands in his desk drawer.
Just like.
Ben, what is this thing?
Press that button.
I think that brings us back to Ezla, if I'm not mistaken. I need to roll for Javan.
Yeah, Javan.
Javan pulls out a little bit, hops the hood of the cockpit, and hops over to the building behind you guys. Yeah, that's his turn, though.
Okay.
Ezla, what are you doing?
How bad does Senator Bolera look?
20% out of 100.
Cool.
Left? 20% left or 20% gone?
Well, if you want me to be 20% gone, he's
No, I just wanted to
gone.
be sure. Do I feel like another good lightsaber hit? I am it.
You said my name. I need to show up and use Gone voice now. Oh. Yeah, 20% left, definitely.
Okay. He goes right after me, doesn't he? Okay.
You don't know yet.
I think he does. I'm gonna drop into Neiman and just hit him.
She says,
Okay,
"Come."
you're
With the
going
crit.
aggressive.
Yay.
You use a crit. Please roll 68, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I roll 6 or custom slot. I'll just roll 5 and then I'll roll 1 after that. That's how that works.
Ooh.
Nice.
30.
Roll me a d6.
To the face.
Chop his head off.
Damn.
Chop his head off.
You have been deflecting, deterring.
Can I kind
He
of
is-
use the momentum coming out from one of his attacks that I deflect and then swap stances and then come up with my lightsaber?
His eyes, his robot hands, his eyes are on Javan. His arms trying to lash out and attack the rest of you. Not Ezla, because she's just using Cerise, so she's just being defensive. One of those huge shockwaves that rocks through your body I mentioned. You use for momentum. Swing around, step right underneath the shell. Strike up as high as your little arms and tiptoes can reach. The tip of your lightsaber drawing a huge line across his face and gashing out both of his eyeballs.
Yes.
Please have a witty quip for this.
Now we're even. Now we're
Each screams, staggering backwards, dropping and deigniting the two blades in his actual hands. It's his turn now. So,
Well, he dropped 2 of them, so that's good. And he
Yes,
can't
back.
see.
screaming out and trying to reach up towards his head, which is above his arm's reach.
So he can bring his head down.
The discs of light just spinning wildly around him. The skin and clothes tearing off of his back as they make full 360-degree rotations around his whole body. They stop, part to the sides. He's feeling out with the force in front of him. Raises two hands like this.
Oh.
And with an 18, I do need fortitude saving throws.
You know, I'm gonna crit that.
I don't want to use my last
smart
crit.
decision here.
I don't want to use it.
Let's see how this goes. Please, 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 please. Got.
Ah!
Oh no.
About time. 14's not bad, but
It's not enough.
6 is great.
Spore, your systems lock up and how you're dazed and all your muscles contract and seize up as lightning comes jutting out, rockets through all of your bodies.
It was lightning time.
Lyra and Ezla, you're still able to move about freely. It is Joven approaching time, so I need to roll some dice for him and Bolera, see what goes on. Okay. Oh, Bolera's actually trying now. Uh-oh. Oh god, Joven's pissed.
You said anger.
Use it.
Well, alright, the dice are telling a quite clear story. The lightning is spreading too far across the place. It's not honing in on any one of you. None of you being electrocuted. You're being shocked. Joven walks forward and ignites his lightsaber, just holding it out in front of himself. It acts as almost some form of lightning rod, as the rest of it just arcs in to the lightsaber. Eventually, the lightning stops. Joven does not drop into a Surisu stance you've seen him use. He holds it really close up to his face and stands completely, perfectly still. Bolera's rotating arms move, so instead of the discs being perfectly flat, they're coming out as two saw blades, swinging back and forth. Joven, very slowly and deliberately, tips his blade forward. There's a flash as the blades connect and spinning wildly to the side. One of the robotic arms, still spinning and whirring with a lightsaber, falls into the floor, cuts a hole through the floor, and falls down to other office floors below. The second robotic wrist is severed. Bolera falls down backwards, trying to scoot himself backwards. He can't see.
The vision.
Wait. I can tell you about Savel, the Sith. Is Sith. You see, we're not extinct. There's a quick flick of his wrist. Bolera's head falls to the floor. The purple lightsaber is deignited. And Joven sighs. I'm gonna be in so much damn trouble after all this.
Hey, Joven, we've been trying to contact you for like a week.
He turns around with a furrowed brow and a frown on his
We had
face.
a plan and everything, and you could have totally been in on it. Not
He walks
had to blow
over
the
and-
Senate wall open.
Puts an arm around you, just gives you a tight squeeze.
How about that?
You know, no one wanted to believe me. I don't want to go into all the details here, but I know how people feel. I know how all of you are feeling right now. And when I met Bolera, as he's be calling himself, I recognized Ed Malice. I knew who it was. There are small devices like modern-day smartphones up from all the people in the office cubicles, those few
Spores
that have not
robot
run
Kim
away.
should have caught it all. He tried to kill us with gas in it, so we should have a lot. So that should hopefully help you not be in as much trouble.
Folks are filming, watching what's going on.
I pull
The
my
HoloNet.
thing up from above my down my mouth as I put it back over my eye sockets.
I apologize for not including you kids. I didn't want you to get mixed up. This wasn't obviously going to be safe by any means. But you proved me wrong. They're probably going to kick me out of the temple, but at least before that, I'm still the battle master, so if my authority means anything, you've all very, very profoundly surpassed anything that can be expected of Padawans.
Lyra's just like beaming. She's so proud. This is the best praise.
Pow, it's good to see you here on Coruscant.
Yeah.
The title
How's a
probably
diplomat?
doesn't mean... Diplomat? Well, Jedi Knight is kind of a step down, but... it's at least an honorary title, if nothing else.
I'll take it as us. Honorary title.
He kind of scowls down at Bolera's body. That was... easy. Spore, let's go get you patched up.
Oh, am I just
Dude.
passed out? I just assumed
no,
I was
you're-
passed out again.
You're just holding your arm.
You're just holding your arm.
You saw Kazim, right?
The other one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't recognize him.
That was Kazim. He told us that Bolera was a Sith.
Yeah, he also said that you were mean to him. Did you? Why were you mean to him? That's probably why he's the way he is. That's why he's a little shit.
I just said I didn't even recognize him. Never seen that kid in my life.
Oh.
Yeah, remember
Oh.
Jonathan didn't even look at his application even though he's super...
Oh yeah, you didn't even look
Powerful.
at him. Yes, you wouldn't.
He was really sad. I think you two
Yeah,
would
he was
get along.
sad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're both
I think
sad
there's a-
boys.
Should
I
we
think
take
that's
this conversation to the privacy? Or should-
Yes.
Yeah.
that's- Yes, quite a
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And I think that the Grand Mistress would appreciate hearing from us too, so...
Okay.
Stories are told.
Can I see
Sorry,
where his Kazim's old lightsaber got chucked off to? Can I see which office clerk has that?
It's cast to the side. You can
Okay, I
retrieve it if you wish.
I want to retrieve it, and if I want to try to make telepathic contact with Kazim if I can, as we're getting back into the ship and heading back to the temple.
Roll me a telepathy check.
Don't you dare.
I still have two nat 20s. Let's use one. I'm using nat 20.
You're so
Is this a-
grounded.
You don't
Just
know what I'm doing.
meta-wise,
Oh, my brain.
meta-wise, is this a conversation you don't want to have with everyone listening in, or do we just say you guys don't know what's happening?
Yeah, they don't know what's happening. She'll just
Okay.
tell them a conversation. They don't know. It'll just basically she'll make telepathic contact and be like, "Hey, Kazim, Bolera's dead now, so
where are
he
you?"
can't hurt anymore.
Oh, I
Or
wasn't
threaten you.
expecting the... How did you find me?
It's Esla.
You're good at,
I'm just
you're good at
talking to your
finding
brain.
people.
I'm really good at finding people, but I'm also really sorry that the lightsaber colors got swapped. I didn't do it, but I felt really bad about it. And thanks for your help. I hope you have good luck in staying low and hiding, and I really do think you should write your parents. I think they'd really appreciate that.
I can't believe it's over. I didn't think I was going to get this far. The messages, galactic post services, they're not very secure. I'm trying to go off the grid.
Well, is there anything you want me to tell them? Because I can contact them.
No, certainly not. I think a visit in person will clear up much more than a letter can.
They would love that. And I know the rest of my friends don't really like you very much, but I think you're okay, and I appreciate your honesty and helping us stop Bolera.
None of this went down how I was expecting, but I appreciate
Likewise.
all of it.
I got to smack him in the face with my lightsaber. It was really cool. But, yeah, I just hope... We're sorry it kind of went down like that, but good luck.
Well, if I have good luck, then hopefully I never ever have to hear your voice in my head ever again.
Oh, come on, it's not that bad. I'm a fun person. We gotta graffiti the broken bot sometime.
Perhaps we'll see.
Hey, good luck. Bye. And I'll withdraw. I'm just doing that on the ride home. Just like...
You find yourselves repeating the same story over and over and over again as people ask. People, the council, the Grand Mistress, Javan, of course. The stories may differ a little bit on heroics or who did what happened where, who cut his eyes out. Somehow, according to Geo, he was in the ship and he was being the best pilot ever and he caught you guys, but he still chopped Bolera's eyes out somehow.
Well, thankfully I have a high bluff skill and I'm gonna discredit all of it.
Thankfully, there are cameras on Spore. The footage is pretty undeniable. Lightsabers pop out and start wheeling around. The frame rate of which Spore can film, you can clearly see Bolera's face if you pause behind the lightsabers. Lightning rocketing forth from his fingertips. 1 week from that day, there's a unanimous vote in the Senate for the immediate dismissal of all anti-Jedi Coalition members. You are also brought in as a group to talk with the Grand Mistress. Javan gives you a speech similar to the ones you've heard on all the previous recordings, where instead of talking to Gon, this time he's talking to you. Well, that was it. That was quite a career. You kids, do good. Keep doing your trainings. Don't let them erase all my trainings, please. There was a lot of time put into all that. Like, a lot.
They really kicking you out?
Still be useful. Let's just go face the music. If there's any blame to be had, you had nothing to do with any of my planning, my disappearing, any of this.
Where did you disappear to, by the way?
Well, I didn't want to be found.
Yeah, where'd you go? What if we don't need to be found? Where we go?
I think that's a different kind of training. The doors open, you're brought in to see the council. You know, before any of you say anything, I have something I want to get off my chest. You see, these kids, these Jedi, me, we're kind of like trees. There's acorns or something. They're planted and... Well, you should hear Jiro say it. It sounds much better coming from him.
this story.
There's a long foreheaded old man with a little white ponytail on the back of his head. You notice him as Key Blanche, if not from around the temple, from at least the video recordings. Javan's a naysayer. Oh, come on, we already all know why we're here today. Grand Mistress, do you need to let him go off on speeches every single time he's in here? I am always curious in what Javan has to say. Look, Javan, I have been given a promotion. I am now the Jedi's Grand Inquisitor, position held previously by Gon. It's my job to root out any potential leaks, any dark side I can sense. I know what the position is, Key Blanche. Yeah, and it does not suit you. Well, I've already talked with the rest of the council, and they seem to agree with me. It is true, Javan. We've all talked, and this talk of Sith, Dark Jedi, is supposed to be extinct. All of them. But they keep popping up all over the place. We have these cryptic gloves, these gauntlets, we have these Kazims and Savels running around. We need someone that knows how to deal with them, and a group that can actually handle themselves. If you will accept the position, we are going to be starting a... The word has negative connotations, you understand, but for lack of a better term, Key Blanche has titled it an Inquisition.
Ooh.
No one ever expects the Jedi Inquisition.
See, my mind went to Dragon Age.
I did too. I was
Set.
like, I could be the Inquisitor. I like that we all went there.
Javan, it is quite overdue. If you will please take a seat and honor us with your presence. It would be good to have you on the council finally. They motion over to the tacticianer's empty seat. What? Aren't I being kicked out? None of us are able to sense a Sith right under our own noses. And what's worse is none of us would listen to you when you said there was. So if there's anyone that's going to be able to root the Dark Jedi and Sith out of the galaxy, well, it's gonna be you. I need to think. I'm not... It's more work than one man can handle. You're gonna need a team. That's the idea. Yeah. Despite Key Blanche's protests, the decision was unanimous, Javan. You will be in charge of putting together your inquisitorial team. That's gonna take a while. No one, not even you council members, train enough. No one does. I've seen what's out there, and none of you are equipped to handle it. Well, what do you need? Training rooms and a lot of time. I mean, a lot of time. Well, then you have it. We're gonna be wrapping up this session and the first arc of the Star Wars Rise of the Darkside campaign. An offer is going to be extended to each one of you to stick around and train under Master Javan for a while until he thinks you are all the best Jedi and lightsaber masters in the galaxy. If you do come with me, I promise no more of this. What's been going on? No more aloof master stuff. No more secrets. No more hanging back while the kids go on missions. And I'm certainly not going to be your boss or your master or anything. We'll be as peers and friends. Pal, you were held back after the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Pal, if you wouldn't mind hanging on. We have one more person in the waiting room. Oh, what was his name? Kane. Marcus, there's a Marcus Kane here that wishes to speak to you. He's being quite insistent, and I think it's a good thing. I'm going to let him talk to you, if you don't mind.
I don't know who that is, but...
Oh, I think you will. That was Javan's voice. I think you will. She leaves and bows her head to a man clad in track pants. A tank top. He looks like he's coming from the gym. He's middle-aged. His hair's starting to gray. It's buzzed very tight to his head. Hey, your pal, right? He offers a hand.
Yes.
Yes. General Kane.
Yes.
Takes your hand. I'm the, well, I don't like titles. For the sake of formality. The Commander-in-Chief. I heard that there's some, drama unfolding on Mandalore.
Yes, troubling news. Developments.
You got my Republic kicked out of Ardia, didn't you?
Might have had a part, yes.
And somehow, the planet's still standing, and there's been no warfare. What say I, tell the boys to be a little less zealous, to back off a system or two. Just as a favor. I want to be your friend here. You're obviously not the kind to fit in with the Jedi. You're a Mandalorian. Good warriors, you. I'll be your friend on Coruscant. And I'll do you a favor and tell the fleet to back off. How about that?
That sounds like a start.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, if there's anything else I can... Well, good news. If there's anything else you ever need, ships, guns, whatever, I'll be your man. Because I want to be your friend, and friends do each other favors, don't they?
Friends do.
We're going to go around the cast and crew. How was tonight? Did you enjoy yourself? We have a couple extra minutes, ending a little early. You can talk about your character and what they're going to do, and if they accept Javan's offer to get brought up to speed. Spore, you are certainly invited to stick around. You are Javan's go-to droid after all, aren't you?
Spore does not want to train with a lightsaber. I'm going to tell you that right now. But he doesn't want to leave Ezla, so he'll follow wherever Ezla goes. But he does not. He doesn't want to. He's like, I've about had enough of this. He did not have a good night. It was bad. It is very bad.
Hopefully the session was a little bit better, though.
Oh, yeah,
Did you have fun, and where
fun.
can we find you?
Yeah. Oh, you can find me on Twitter and anything else as KAYNCLI, which is like around my portrait somewhere, and I draw pictures, and I also play on twitch.tv/D&D on Sundays on Hell's Bells with Shauna and a bunch of other cool people, and that's the only other thing I do that is a D&D game. Yay!
Check out the Twitter handle if you want your brain to melt out your nose from wicked awesome artistic skills I'm very envious of and inspired by. I'm not saying like tracing or anything inspired, but like it's
so
sick.
nice.
Check it out. Check out Hell's Bells too. See more Shauna and Kayla. Lyra, Amber, did you have fun tonight? What's going through Lyra's mind? All that stuff.
Oh my god, I had so much fun. Lyra is incredibly excited to be a part of Javan's inquisitorial team. She's just kind of always idolized him, just with like the dark gray Jedi-ness that he has going on, and she's really excited to be more of like a peer with him. And plus she gets to keep her little family squad, which she loves, so she's super pumped. As for me, you can find me at @Furor_D&D on Twitter. I DM tabletop in-person campaigns, and I post pictures of them. Otherwise, I'm here every Wednesday with you guys.
Tremendous. I'm going to check out the pictures, even if it's just at home, non-streamed tabletop. And I will hit up the Discord at some point so I can hear all the gossip and you can actually bring me up to speed because I want to hear what's going on.
Yes.
Shauna, more stuff going on for Pow.
Yeah.
We see quite a bit of drama and quite a bit of development with her every damn episode, it seems. What'd you think of tonight? How's Pow doing?
Oh god, it was exciting to get that big of a fight. That went way better than I thought. I thought we were gonna have limbs chopped off.
Yeah,
I did too.
Hey.
Yeah.
I did too. Those dice hated me tonight. Bolero, like the highest thing he got was like a 5.
Too, so it was a little equal. But yeah, Pow, I think, is willing to go along with this Jedi training business to be able to find these Sith, which she has quite history with now, considering what's going on in the Mandalore. So she wants to definitely take that fight to them. Yeah, exciting. As same thing. Hell's Bells with Kayla's and a bunch of other cool people on Sundays. Power Score RPG games on Saturdays. We're going through right now some pretty awesome DM's Guild modules and stuff like that. And I do Waffle Talk which is just a Dice Camera Action reaction talk show thing after Dice Camera Action that kind of re-airs on the D&D channel on Thursdays before Captain the Birdcage. So, it for me.
There's so much stuff to pick from, but please check out some of that stuff if you're a fan of this. Lindy, what did you think of it? What's Ezla think of goings-ons? What's going on?
I'm surprised she is not in a bunch of pieces right now. I was so worried. I'm like, my poor little baby with low constitution and no dexterity.
The potential was there.
Very little strength. The potential was definitely there. I'm so glad I put her all into defensive. But then I was like, let's try one offensive thing. And I got his eyeballs. It's so fitting. It's so fitting. Like, now we're even. We're on even ground. We both have to see using the Force. Ha.
I don't want to sound like Greg, but the dice are telling a story here.
They are. They really are. I loved it so much. Ezla was a little taken aback by how vindictive her fellow little family members were towards someone who seemed to have decent intentions. I'll have to think about whether or not she joins Javan's little inquisitorial force. I'll have to think about that. She's got a lot to think on after the events that have transpired this episode, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes. I know we're gonna have a bit of a time skip before next session. Can you tell us how long that is?
I will at the end. Go ahead.
At the end, okay. Well, in the meantime, what I know she's definitely going to do is she's gonna I think this is the worst thing she's done in game. Is she's gonna sit down with Geo. Like, all right, Geo, I don't know how to use the computer, but I need you to invest this money for me. And she's gonna like pick a bunch of future roles. Like, what if I invest in this stock? What if I invest in this? And then all the money she took from the casino she robbed, like she's gonna take like 2/3 of it and invest it in places so she can have returns later. Because she's good like that. So that's her main plan, is to be a dirty little stock market investor with Jews. Yeah, break the bank, basically. But you can find me online, eagerly awaiting next week at LaughLoveLindy on Twitch and Twitter. I'm here every Wednesday for 2 out of the 3 Encounter roleplay shows. 6 hours ago, we were wrapping up Call of Cthulhu. 9 hours ago we started, and then I'm here, and I love it so much. I like my poor little blanket. Tomorrow night you can find me on Land Between Two Rivers on WebDM Show. Friday you can find me on Grimjack21502's channel for Firefly RPG. This Saturday, 7 in the morning, you can find me DMing on Scraticus's channel, half awake, and making everything up as I go, because I don't plan pirate one-shots, I just let them happen.
How dare they have time zones?
I know, right? It's just insane. But then I'm gonna take a nap, and then that evening I'm gonna be on Power Score RPG's channel playing some yoga monk. That's gonna be awesome. Sunday you can find me with Strider on Grimjack21502's channel playing some Pulp Cthulhu. Every Tuesday there's a Tomes and Tentacles podcast, which is a really spy encounter roleplay. And then Tuesday afternoons you can find me on the Greyhawk channel DMing Vecna Lives, and then a few hours later on my channel DMing Out of the Abyss, and then we are back all the way back to the beginning of the week, which is my Wednesday, because it's the best day of the week.
I don't even know how you keep that straight.
I'm a tabletop addict,
Nope.
okay? I admit it. Oh, also, RPGN, I can't forget this. We just came back this week, so if you got any cool clips from this episode or any other of your shows or Encounter Roleplay or otherwise, send them in to RPGN, because we want to see them and make funny, dirty jokes about them. On WebDM.
You should check out the RPGN. I said that right?
Yeah, it's RPG, and it's like a spoof on ESPN, but with
ESPN.
better sports.
I get it. Check it out. I'm glad that it's back. I am trying not to just send a bunch of clips from like all the games I play.
Oh,
That was funny. They can have an episode about me. That's fine. I'll just send them. Like,
Yeah, send them in. We want to see them all.
well, check us out next week. There's going to be a little conversation between the Grand Mistress and Javan to get you hyped up. The training has not been easy. Javan is taking it seriously, which means the kids and robots, to a lesser extent, as of week 1, are facing fractured wrists, broken noses, twisted ankles, twisted insides, electricity. Javan, we need to have a conversation about the Inquisition. I told you they're not ready yet. Yeah. It's been 7 years, Javan. I think we hoped to see some progress by now. As I said, I needed time and a lot of it. Well, you're all out of time. You're being sent off on your first mission. I'm not sure the kids are ready for that yet. Well, too bad. We've had a hit. That man from all those years ago with Bolera, that Kazim. He's been seen. He's messed up. We finally caught him. He's been spending time at some diner over on his home planet of Ardia. We're sending you all in to deal with it. Unless your squad's not ready and you want us to send someone else. No, Def. The kids are gonna want to do this one themselves. To see what happens, check us out, same time, 7 days from now, next week. Until then, try not to roll too many nat ones, because we want to be here chopping off limbs. Wait. When you do something, Will says something, he has some kind of tagline. Mine will be good night.